Let's go Falcons! Hey yo, batter up, let the ball begin. Solano Falcons, bout to show you how you win. Cause this is our year, man, forget the past. We're taking over right now with our pitching staff. When the count's 0-2, every hit is so through. Fastball right by him, they had no clue. It makes a jaw drop, they got no choose. Strike three, you're out, homie, let him know blue. Solano to the plate and you know it's on. He swings for the pitch, it's going, gone. So don't try and step to the Bay Valley champs, cause we're coming for the pennant. This is a rally chant, yeah. We might strike it out, or we might steal, or make a go-go play in center field. Solano baseball, all have tight skills. All stars everywhere with highlight reels. Everybody watch out, cause when it's game time, we going for the W, gonna make our name shine. Falcons dominate when the game's on the line, so go get your belt, Solano. Why? Cause it's game time, hey yo, it's game time, so let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time, don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house, make way for the champ, it's game time.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. This is the final game of the season for the Solano Falcons baseball team here at Solano College in Fairfield, California on the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Tristan Vector, joined by my broadcast partner,
ahead and meet the starters for the Mendocino Eagles. Leading off and in center field would be number 4, Jared Strait. Batting second at second base, number 7, Dylan Lancaster. Batting third in left field, number 23, Connor France. Batting cleanup today will be the big right fielder, number 24, Nate Gadsby. Batting sixth at third, number 6, Robbie McIntosh. Over at first, number 27, Cody Montanez. Next up is a shortstop, Greg Scaramella. He's number 2. The designated hitter will be Jason Abella, number 12. And rounding out the lineup will be number 3, Quentin Shy. He'll be the catcher on the hill today. Once again, the big workhorse for the Mendocino Eagles, number 13, Thomas Serchik. But before we get into today's game, let's throw it out to the field and head coach Scott Stover for a special tribute to the Solano Falcons sophomores.
Of the season versus Mendocino College. I appreciate Mendocino being patient with us here for the next few minutes. What I want to do first here is I want to go ahead and recognize some of the sophomores. To be honest, I had this all pre-done on my phone to play it, and there's a problem here, so I got to go live to memory. So let's see how well I do here. The first sophomore comes to us from American Canyon High School, where he was all conference his first year. As a freshman, he was first team All-League here as well. He currently has 39 stolen bases, which is our career record. He's been a super treat to coach, and it's sometimes not a super treat to coach. But I love him to death. He's a great kid. Joey Dodson. I'll shake all your hands after because I'm holding the mic. The second sophomore is pretty close to my heart. He started coming to our camps when he was around 11 or 12, when I first got the job here. Started on our junior team the first year we had in 2010, played all 4 years on our junior team. Played here in 2014, and we redshirted him in 2015. He played in over 30 games his freshman year. He's had a fantastic season this year, playing first base, a little bit of outfield. I think he's second on the team in extra base hits, second on the team in average. Great kid, great family. I love this kid to death. Evan Facenda. I'm going to hug you guys after. Is Donnelly back? Donnelly? No. Okay. This next sophomore comes to us from Armio High School, where he was first team All-Mel as a freshman. He was the most impact arm his senior year. Most impact arm his senior year at Armio. Came in last year, threw out the Penn Force, had a great job with a 2 ERA. He's been a great leader on and off the field. I think a lot of the players look up to him. David Hostler. empty. This next individual is a third-year sophomore for us by way of Foothill High School in Sacramento. Him and my son played together in Citrus Heights Pony Baseball, and where me and Coach Harris actually coached them in All-Stars back in 2003, 2004. I took a trip out there his senior year to see if we get a chance to get him out here. He was first team All-League both years at Foothill High School. I think he hit 500 his junior year. Came in with a knee injury. We had to rehab that. He's hit over 330 both years for us. Academic, all honors every semester. Just a fantastic individual, and he's going to be real successful in life. Briar Litz. This next sophomore I could tell stories for days about. This kid is a great individual. He's a little on the interesting side. This kid's mannerisms really really are fun to watch. He's got a good work ethic. He battled some injury this year. He started last year a lot of games for us, had some key at bats, was really good in defense. We're glad to see that he got healthy. Alex Nesikevich. I don't know how else to describe you.
It's all right. I like it.
Okay. This next sophomore was a transfer from another JC. He started out in Orangeville, playing at Castle Roble, where he was an all-league selection both years. He was at Folsom Lake College last year, where his first loss was against Solano, by the way. Transferred here this year, had a lot of success early on. He's battling an injury right now, but we're happy to have him. Great team leader. He's going to St. Catherine's College next year. Ryan Pierman.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. This next sophomore, I actually saw him accidentally going to see a pitcher at a school. He had some really good at-bats, really good demeanor, good composure on the field. He's come in and was started off as our 3-hitter his freshman year. Came in this year, he's, I think, second on our team in hitting, third in extra base hits, has been an impact guy for us this year. Out of Laguna Creek High School, Jesse Phipps. You know holes in your socks today? Oh, I do actually. This individual emailed us a couple years ago after watching some of our games on TV. I asked to see some video on him defensively, and he came in and has been one of the best defensive catchers we've had since I've been here at Solano, which is a long list of very good defensive catchers here. He's caught in over 50 games. He's thrown out over a third of his would-be base stealers. He's just fantastic behind the plate. From Caracas, Venezuela, Andres Cajada. I did. Donnelly's here?
Donnelly's here.
This next sophomore came to us from Bear River High School, where he played in the Optimist team, Optimist game his senior year. He was a role guy at the bench last year as a hitter. Played in 18 games this year before sustaining an injury a couple weeks ago. Left-handed hitter, great individual, academic honors both years here. Brandon Donnelly. We waited until you were walking the door, too. Did you get everything you needed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This sophomore transferred in last year from Kansas State University, where he hit .291 in 32 games. Out of Vaca High, was the Mel MVP his senior year, as well as being drafted by the Colorado Rockies. Leads our team in extra base hits and RBIs. Never thought I'd get a chance to coach him, but I'm happy I got a chance to. Tyler Stover. Yeah. This next individual came to us from Armio High School. Unfortunately for him, his senior year, he battled a broken wrist, if I'm not mistaken. So because he was injured early on, he committed to us really early. It was unfortunate for him, very fortunate for us. He was an all-conference selection last year as a third baseman. We moved him over to short this year. He most likely will be an all-conference selection as a shortstop. He's been nothing but a great team leader, great at bats, was great in the playoffs, does everything the right way. Out of Armio High School, Garland Webster. Just somebody got everybody but Jay. Everybody but Jay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This last sophomore came to us out of Annalee High School in Sebastopol. Came in last year as a reliever, made some adjustments with him. He did a really good job out of the pen last year. This year, in 13 games, he has 7 saves and 0 runs scored against him. We're going to reward him today with a start, although as a closer he'll probably go no more than 1 to 3 innings. He's down there in the pen getting ready. A fantastic kid. One of the most fun I've ever had making fun of somebody too, because he has a great sense of humor. Jay Wagner. So I want to take this time to really thank the sophomores. You know, it's really tough in a year where you're kind of down. Last year we had a ton of success. In the last 10, 15 years we've had a lot of success, winning 6 conference titles the last 10 years. Our success this year or failures aren't really because of individuals. These kids work really hard, both freshmen and sophomores. It just sometimes it doesn't fall your way, and we take it like men. They've done a really good job. They battled their last few weeks, especially this last week alone. They're not quitting in any games. You know, the games down the stretch aren't as important. We really appreciate the effort these guys have done in the classroom especially, as well as on the field. So let's give a big round of applause for the whole Solano College team this year.
So we'll stay out here for a special award. Solano Community College is proud to announce that head baseball coach Scott Stover recorded his 300th win this year earlier against Yuba College. This is Coach Stover's 14th season as the Falcons head coach. Coach Stover has led the Falcons to 6 conference titles in the past 9 seasons. He has also guided the Falcons to 8 playoff appearances in the past 10 years. Coming into the 2016 season, the Falcons had won 249 games over the 10-year span, making Solano's average just below 25 wins a season in the past decade. Coach Stover's 300 wins at Solano ranks him second in school history behind former coach Stan McWilliams, who coached Solano from 1956 to 1986.
You only got 15 more years.
I don't think I'll make that physically.
Coach Stover and his staff take pride that over 90% of their student athletes have gone on to a 4-year school. In fact, over 55 student athletes from Coach Stover's first 11 seasons have completed their undergraduate work and have obtained a BA or BS. In addition, he has coached 3 conference players of the year, 4 conference pitchers of the year, as well as over 30 total All-American and All-State student athletes. He has also been awarded the Conference Coach of the Year honor 4 times by his peers. And now, out on the field, I want to take you to Trustee Monica Brown and Athletic Director Eric Visser for a special presentation of his 300th win plaque.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then you have to hold it in front of you for pictures. As if you don't know.
Thank you.
We're going to do some 15 years again,
Thank you.
okay?
In 15 years, I'm happy to be here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been
Thank you.
fun to come
Thank
to
you.
the games.
Thank you.
Hey, real quick. I want to take a quick opportunity not only to thank everybody involved, but as everyone knows with coaching's not as easy as your players. I think we've done a really good job recruiting the last few years. We've had some really good individuals here at Solano College since I've been here. Great players, you know, academically, on the field, off the field, but great individuals who are moving on to be great productive citizens, parents, careers. Unfortunately, the day I won my 300th game, a player for my first 2 years passed away that day. Well, I didn't find out till 3 days ago, and ironically enough, the day we're celebrating my 300th win, his funeral was today. So we had a few players that we all went to the funeral today. I have those players, some additional ones who showed up today. I want them to raise their hands right here. These are the guys and why the reasons down here and why we've had so much success. We can only do so much. Tommy Vivasi to the right here has coached here for a couple years. He shattered all of our offensive records, hitting 17 home runs, driving to 74 in 2008. Ryan Lipkin went to USF out of here, played on Team USA, played in the A's organization. More importantly, has a career as a firefighter now. Matt Fernandez, who was also on my first 2 years here, went to school to be an engineer and works for PG&E. These are the stories that we really appreciate. We'll win our state title eventually, but we are so happy about the success these guys have beyond here. So the 15-20 record we have right now is not as important to me, as long as these guys go on and be productive citizens, good fathers, have good careers, and are happy for the rest of their lives. That's our goal with these guys. So we really appreciate all the work they've done. So give a round of applause for all these guys who have ever played for me in the last 14 years. And as I sat and watched that funeral today, the one thing that really hit me, and my son went with me too, was again, it's not about wins and losses. Brandon Giles, who played for us the first 2 years, he came here with no money, not a lot of support. We did the shoe deal where we started fundraising for shoes because he couldn't afford it for guys like him. And it really made me think. He turned his life around. He was out here on March 2nd during VP, handing out his card as he got his job as a barber, went to school for that, got custody of his son. And right then I sat there and I said, you know what, that is more important to me, and it's what these guys do after they come here and how much they respect what we do for them is way more important than wins and losses. So I thank you for everything, guys. Thank you very much.
Great tribute to the seniors by Coach Scott Stover. Now let's send it over to the Solano Falcons starting lineup.
Joey Dotson, American Canyon High School, second base.
Evan Facenda, Vannon High School.
Garland Webster, Army High School, shortstop.
Tyler Stover, the Vacaville High School.
Briar Litz, Foothill High School.
Mi nombre es Andrés Quijada, and gracias por ver de Solano College Sport Network.
Jesse Phipps, Laguna Creek High School, right field.
Alex Nesikevich, Del Campo High School, center field.
Kwase Samuel, Kissimmee Oaks High School, first base.
Jay Wagner, Annalee High School, pitcher.
All right, now we are just about ready to get underway here at Solano. Jay Wagner on the mound today, usually the closer. In fact, he leads the Bay Valley Conference in saves. Today he's making a start and no earned runs against this season.
Yeah, that's incredible. You look at the stat line for Jay Wagner, 14.1 innings pitched this season, has not given up an earned run. Has given up 2 runs, but both of those runs unearned. And a chance to see him get the start today. I thought that was a classy move by Coach Stover.
Now batting for the Eagles.
All sophomores except for one in the lineup for the Falcons today. Kwase Samuel over at first. I'm sure they would have started Donley if he hadn't been injured. But the Mendocino Eagles will now come up. Straight is the leadoff hitter. First pitch from Wagner, swung on and flown high in the air center field. Over there is Nesikevich, and he makes the catch. First out on the first pitch.
Nice jump there by Nesikevich when it first left the bat. Thought that might have a little power to it, but Nesikevich, great speed, just glides back, perfect position, outstanding catch by the sophomore center fielder.
That'll bring up Dylan Lancaster, freshman infielder for Mendocino, batting .289 on the season. First pitch to him, he shows bunt, pulls it back. It's in there for a strike.
Boy, and you see there with our center field camera, Wagner's kind of got that side arm motion. That can be a little scary for a right-handed batter.
It's definitely hard to pick up as that pitch is fouled off because he gets such a low angle on the ball.
And he throws hard, too, as well.
Which is typical of most closing pitchers because they don't need the stamina to last a whole long game. They just come in for an inning or two.
And he's got those tree trunk legs. That helps a little, too.
Pitch outside, 1-2 now on Lancaster.
And defensively for the Falcons, as you said, Tristan, Kwase Samuel getting a start at first. And Tyler Stover getting a start at third today.
Swung on and popped up. Definitely an unfamiliar position for Stover, but considering his dad's a baseball coach, I'm sure he grew up playing multiple positions and
yeah, I'm sure he
should have no problem. Yeah.
And then Webster, who's really done an outstanding job at shortstop this year, and Joey D over at second.
Pitch outside, 2-2 on Lancaster. Wagner started off ahead. Count is even now.
Evan Facenda in left field. Nesikevich out in center. And over in right field, Jesse Phipps.
2-2 pitch swung on it, popped way up. Stover's called off by Webster. Oh, he comes back in and makes the catch.
And that win can really be tricky here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Good job by Tyler Stover staying with that one, calling Webster off to make sure there wasn't a collision and able to make the catch.
Yeah, that ball started drifting towards the left.
Number 23.
But good communication to make the play. And that'll bring up Franz.
Connor Franz, left fielder.
286 on the season. First pitch to him is popped straight back. 11 runs batted in.
Yeah, Franz, along with Garrett Ferreira, who sometimes is a designated hitter and also a pitcher for Mendocino, probably the two most consistent hitters for the Eagles all season.
And there's a swing and another foul back. Two identical swings from Connor Franz.
So Mendocino comes in 7-25 record on the season. They're in 8th place in the Bay Valley Conference. Solano, of course, if they get a win today, they would get their conference schedule to 500 at 12-12.
Pitch outside, 1-2, and they were really rolling at one point. They had a short 4-game losing streak that unfortunately is probably what took them out of playoff contention, but there's been some really good stretches for the Falcons this season. Pitch swung on and missed. Jay Wagner strikes out Connor Franz to end the top of the first. At the end of the top of the first, it's 0-0. Now we're going to send it over to McKenna Guerrero.
Guys, McKenna Guerrero here reporting live from Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Emotions are running wild here today because it's the last game of the season. And right before the game, I was able to speak to Coach Stover, and he said today is all about the sophomores. He's extremely happy with how the Falcons have battled and competed these last several games. He also said how proud he is of the sophomores, and he can't wait to see their success in the future. Ryan Pierman will not be playing today due to an injury. On behalf of the Solano College Sports Network, we want to congratulate all the sophomores and Coach Scott Stover. Should be a great game today, and we'll be right back for the bottom of the first.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first now. Falcons are going to come up to the plate for the first time, and they are going to come up against Thomas Surdick, sophomore pitcher. 12 games started. He is 1-8 with a 628 earned run average on the season, and he's also surrendered 5 home runs.
Yeah, he's been the workhorse for these Mendocino Eagles. 76 innings pitched on the year. And the last time the Eagles visited Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium, it was Surdick on the hill for the Mendocino Eagles. Had a rough first inning, actually gave up 6 runs, but after that, he went 7 and 2.2 innings and only gave up 2 more unearned runs. That was an 8-5 victory for the Falcons in that one.
Dodson showed bunt, pulled it back. First pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Dodson, Facenda, and Webster to start the Falcons off tonight in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 offering is just on the outside, or bottom of the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
So a chance to watch Joey Dodson suit up for the Falcons one final time. He has had a special 2-year career for Solano.
1-1 pitch, high, ball 2. .282 with 12 runs batted in on the season, and also 16 stolen bases, which is 4th in the conference. He's been able to play infield and outfield for the Falcons. Pitch on the bottom part of the corner, strike 2, 2-2.
Yeah, he's been very versatile. As you mentioned, he's played a bunch of positions for the Falcons, and we've even seen him move up and down the lineup throughout the season.
2-2 pitch, swung on and chopped.
That's going to be
to
tough.
second. Tough play. Nicely made by Lancaster over at second.
Yeah, I remember Dylan Lancaster in the last game. Mendocino at that 8-5 loss. He had a lot of assists over at second base. Very solid second baseman for Mendocino.
Yeah, he really read that short hop the right way and kept his body in front of it and didn't juggle it at all.
Yeah, and he pretty much had to. That's the pressure Dodson puts on with his great speed.
Facenda chops one foul towards the left side.
Boy, and Facenda, he has just had a special season for the Falcons, coming in, hitting .321 overall, .324 in conference play.
0-1 pitch, bounces in the dirt, 1-1.
Yeah, when you combine the numbers for Stover and Facenda at first base, that's been a real solid position, both defensively. They both very few errors over at first, and they have both been solid all year with the bat for the Falcons.
1-1 pitch from Surdick, swung on and bounced to third. Another short hop, nicely read by McIntosh, and they make the throw to first. 2 up, 2 down.
So the Eagles brought their defense today. 2 pretty nice plays by Lancaster at second, then by the third baseman, Robbie McIntosh.
That'll bring up Garland Webster, who, as Stover mentioned on before the game started, phenomenally at third base last year, but at shortstop this year, he's also been very good. First pitch is chopped foul. He hit over .340 last year and .321 this season, so a very consistent hitter for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I think just early on in the season, it was really during non-conference play this season where Webster struggled at the plate, but he's making that transition to shortstop. Excellent, as you said, at short, and once conference play started, boy, the batting average has just been through the charts.
Pitch in there for a strike, 0-2 on Webster. 20 runs batted in 34 games this season. As you mentioned, most of those coming in conference play. He's been much better since the game started to matter for the Falcons.
Yeah, once they hit conference play, Webster's been hitting 400.
0-2 pitch outside, 1-2.
And I think Webster's definitely a kid that probably is going to play at the next level. Probably D2, maybe D3, but definitely a kid that somebody's going to be interested in and someone who can really help out a baseball team.
Swinging a line drive back up the middle. That's a base hit for Garland Webster. First hit of the game.
So Webster keeps the inning alive. Nice, clean single out to center field. And now we get a chance to take a look at the new third baseman for the Falcons, Tyler Stover.
Now batting.
Yeah, I really appreciated
what he can do at the plate.
Oh, yeah. I really appreciated his dad's introduction, too. Stover on the season, the big power hitter for the Falcons. 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in, .333 average. All team highs as that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Actually second on the team in batting average.
And Stover with 4 home runs on the season. That puts him in 6th place for home runs in the Bay Valley Conference.
Swung on and missed at the high heater. 0-2 on Stover.
And Stover leads the Falcons in a lot of the offensive categories, runs, hits, triples, home runs. As you said, runs batted in with 30, 72 total bases, .585 slugging percentage.
Which is absolutely off the charts.
Yeah, he's been dominant at the plate, and we know he's moving on to the next level, be playing at Louisiana Tech next year.
Surdick checks the runner at first. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Late swing, but he stays alive in the at-bat.
Yeah, that ball just moving away from him. Good job extending his arms, getting out there, getting a piece of it, as you said, to stay alive. Boy, and that wind is really blowing out to center field right now. If he can get a hold of one, get it up in the air, could be jack number 5.
Surdick the 1-2. Swung on and shot right into center. Diving attempt, but it is not made by Straight. Stover will hold up at first. Webster's on his way over to third.
Yeah, not sure if that's going to go as a hit or an error. The center fielder, Jared Straight, coming in a hurry, but that ball just kept sinking.
Number 30.
And plus dealing with the shift of the wind to right field, that was a tough chance.
Even left his feet, got part of his glove on the ball, but he was unable to hold on to it. Not an easy play at all.
So probably will go down as a hit for Stover. He'd like that.
That'll bring up the hot-hitting Briar Litz. Runner heading to second, and Stover's in there easily with a stolen base, his 7th of the season. Runners on second and third now, a 2-out rally for the Falcons. Litz actually leading the team with a .347 batting average. Ball low.
I think Litz had a couple hits yesterday, and that bumped him up ahead of, I think it was Garland Webster, who was leading. Oh, it was Phipps, actually. Phipps at .339, now Litz at .347.
And Litz was player of the game, reached base 5 times in that game, 3 hits and 2 walks. Swinging a line drive right back up the middle. This is going to score 2 runs. Litz on his way to second. Throw is not going to be in time. Briar Litz with a stand-up, 2-out, 2-run double.
Yeah, that time Litz, he just got a pitch that Surtick left up in the zone. And boy, the hot-hitting Litz knew exactly what to do with that. Shot out to center field and gets 2 runs on the boards for the Falcons. And that's what you like to see. Falcons usually pretty successful when they get to the starting pitcher early. And this is exactly what happened the last time Mendocino was here. They put up against 6. They put up 6 against Surtick in that first inning. 2 outs. Not sure if they'll get to 6, but they'll take 2.
And they need to keep the gas pedal on all game long and not kind of fall off after the first as well. Andres Quijada now, the catcher for the Falcons. He and Litz have split time behind home plate for much of the season. Quijada has played a few more games at 31.
Yeah,
great
Quijada,
defensive catcher.
Yeah, probably the better of the 2 defensively. He's just so quick behind the plate. Great job blocking the ball.
First pitch to Quijada, outside, ball 1.
Quijada comes in hitting .203 on the season, but in conference play hitting .267, very respectable for a catcher.
Wondering if Quijada's going to call time.
Yeah,
Surdick ends up
he was taking his time
stepping
out
off.
there.
Yeah, he took plenty of time, and then he stepped off the mound. Maybe some miscommunication between him and Shy, the catcher.
And Quentin Shy's only been catching the last couple games. Corey Henderson really has been the catcher throughout the season for Mendocino, so probably a little miscommunication there. And Shy, good job going out, talking to his big pitcher, making sure they're both on the same page.
Now Surdick with the 1-0 offering, way high and outside, 2-0.
And so Quijada, another sophomore, will say adios to. This would be his last game. He'll be moving on. And he's had a real solid 2-year career here at Solano.
Surdick is set. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back behind home plate, 2-1.
Just got a piece of that. I think he was checking with the home plate umpire. Is that a strike? Home plate umpire looked like he nodded yes. Litz, not much speed out on the base pass. Pretty good lead, though, off a second.
Surdick checks the runner. 2-1 pitch. High and outside. Quijada in a favorable count now. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Quijada comes in with 7 runs batted in on the season. chance to get that to number 8.
And the 3-1 offering is swung on and fouled straight back. Full count now on Quijada.
That was going right for McKenna and Melanie, our 2 sideline reporters. And we hope we'll be doing a lot of interviews today. We've got a lot of former Solano players here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. I saw Tommy Pavesi, probably the best hitter in the history of Solano Community College, at today's game.
3-2 pitch. Just caught the bottom of the zone. That is a strikeout looking by Quijada. So that'll end the first inning. Falcons, though, take a 2-0 lead on the 2-out, 2-run double by Briar Litz. And we're back. Second inning of play here at Solano. Falcons on top by 2. Nate Gadsby will lead it off for Mendocino, followed by McIntosh and Montanez.
Gadsby coming up to the plate, hitting .255 on the season.
First pitch, low for a ball. Wagner, a very solid first inning, 1-2-3, and really no trouble at all. The fly ball was very high in the air, the pop-up, the strikeout. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now. Wagner looks really good early on.
Yeah, Wagner just challenged him on that one, and Gadsby got his money's worth on that swing, but comes up empty. Gadsby leads the team in RBI, so nice to see him leading off an inning.
Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, exactly. That's how you want to see the cleanup hitter come up with no one on base, no one out, or even later on in the game if you could get him with 2 outs and no one on. You always want to challenge the hitters in front of their cleanup hitter. You don't want to see them get on base. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. That's strike 3. Second straight strikeout for Jay Wagner.
So Wagner dialed in today. Not sure how many innings he'll go. Maybe 3. We'll see.
Yeah, as a natural relief pitcher, it would definitely be not what I would expect to see him go 5, 6, 7. We'll see how many pitches he has to throw to get through these, because that pitch is high, ball 1. So far, it seems the pitch count is very low.
Yeah, and he hasn't been a guy coming out of the bullpen this year in the middle innings, pitching 2, 3 innings. He's the closer. He's coming in the 9th inning to get those last 3 outs.
14 1/3 innings in 15 games, so pretty much an inning a game. Maybe got pulled from one or pitched an inning and a third in one, but pretty solid inning a game type guy. And Wagner with the 2-0, swung on and popped up. Samuel rather ran over, but that ball is out of play, 2-1.
So the wind's still blowing pretty hard now over towards right field. And with the left-handed batter up, boy, you get one up there in the air, see what happens.
Pitch outside now, 3-1, and so You don't want to make a mistake pitch on the next pitch here. You haven't had any trouble. There's no runners on base. Definitely want to be careful with the next pitch. Swing and a foul back right behind home plate. 3-2 now on McIntosh.
So good 3-1 pitch by Wagner. Just cut the outside part of the plate. And McIntosh just under it. Fouled it straight back. That means he's not missing by much.
3-2 pitch. And that he did not miss at all. Swung on and hit right through the right side for a base hit.
So that'll be the first runner on board for Mendocino. That was a solid single by Robbie McIntosh. Got it between Dodson and Samuel, between second and third. And now you have the tall, lanky Cody Montanez, the first baseman, coming up.
Montanez with 9 runs batted in. He is hitting .226. Wagner's first pitch to him. Swung on and fouled back. 0-1.
So good rip there by Montanez. Mendocino comes in. They've lost their last 4 games. Their last win was on April 16th to the last place, Napa Storm.
0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Napa Storm are the team who the Falcons just played in their last home game and absolutely crushed 17-3.
Yeah, the Falcons right in the middle in the Bay Valley Conference in 5th place, and kind of the story of the season, they've done well against the teams below them.
Pitch outside.
And they've struggled with the top teams. In fact, if you look at their record against Laney, Folsom Lake, Los Medanos, and Marin, they are 3-9. Against Contra Costa, Yuba, Mendocino, and Napa, they are 9-2.
Pitch swung on and popped up. Quickly dropping. Samuel in a full sprint, but it gets over the fence.
I like the hustle there by Samuel. He was getting over there in a hurry. He's going, I get a chance to play today. I'm going to make something happen here. Big smile on his face. The only freshman in the starting lineup today.
Wagner now set. 1-2 pitch. Check the swing. Throw it on to first. And the tag is just not in time. Good job by Quijada to get the throw. However, the hitter is out on the check swing. They hadn't checked it until after the throw. So that is the 3rd straight out recorded by strikeout for Jay Wagner. He is absolutely rolling right now. 1 on, 2 out now for Scaramella.
Now batting.
And it's got to be great for these kids, especially the sophomores. Last time suiting up in the Solano blue, playing here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Really good crowd here today. You want to finish on a good note.
It's got to be slightly emotional, too, as that pitch is low, 1-0, if you think about all the good times that they've had. Especially last season, they had a much more successful run. And just thinking about how it's going to come to an end now, and guys are going to go their separate ways. Wagner with the 1-0. Swung and popped right to Wagner. He did not have to take a step off the mound. Very odd little pop-up there. That'll end an inning and a half here at Solano. Falcons on top, 2-0. second now. Jesse Phipps is going to lead off for the Falcons. It'll be the bottom of the order. Phipps, Nesikevich, and Samuel. First pitch to Phipps, swung on and fouled to the left side.
Boy, and Jesse Phipps, he has just had an outstanding sophomore campaign for the Solano Falcons, hitting .339 on the season, .333 in conference play. He's got 21 runs batted in, 56 total bases. He's been money this season.
1-1 now on the pitch outside.
And Jesse Phipps also does it in the classroom. Was on the dean's list last semester.
Swung on and missed. 1-2.
And in the 3.0 club, as Coach Stover calls it, for the Solano Falcons. Solano last semester, 13 active players with a grade point average of 3.0 or better. Pretty
That's
impressive.
outstanding. Swinging a bouncer to short. Picked up and thrown to first. Oh, the scoop is not made by Montanez. Scaramella made a low throw, and Montanez tried to make the scoop. I thought he was going to make it, but it popped out of his glove. Phipps will reach with a base hit on the infield.
And when Scaramella fielded that, he was back on the grass, so he really had to make a long, accurate throw with Jesse Phipps getting down the base paths in a hurry, and Montanez just not able to dig it out of the dirt. Probably going to go as an E6.
Speed kills, especially in baseball when you have to make a quick decision, and he had really no time to think about that one or even make the transfer as he would have wanted to. He just had to get it out as quickly as possible.
And speaking of speed, now we get a look at Alex Nesikevich. Very good wheels.
Both pitches missed, so it's 2-0 now on Nesikevich, batting .222 with 4 runs batted in 25 games.
Sertic making sure his shoelaces are tied there.
Sertic is set, and the 2-0 pitch. In there, right down the heart of the plate, 2-1.
And it looks like the home plate umpire is really giving them that low strike call as well. So that right around the knees. Good pitch by Sertic.
2-1 pitch, bounce right through the right side. That's a base hit. Phipps is going to hold at second, and now the Falcons have 2 on with nobody out here in the bottom of the second.
Boy, and Nesikevich, who really had struggled offensively at the start of the
33.
season. He is another guy that's really done well with the advent of conference play, hitting .261. Demonstrated it right there with a clean single out to right field. So Falcons in business trying to add to that 2-0 lead. And now we get a look at big Quasi Samuel, the big freshman for the Falcons.
Infield in, trying to prevent any bunt attempt or any ground ball that could advance the runners. They're trying to get a double play. The shortstop and second base are at double play depth, while the third baseman and infielder, or first baseman rather, are on the infield grass. And now Shai is going to go have a word with Sertic.
And that pitch outside, as you said, Tristan, went as a ball. So now with the infield playing back, it'll be interesting if Coach Stover might give Samuel the bunt sign now. Because we know watching Solano baseball, they love the sacrifice, really play small ball very effectively.
The Falcons have been first in the state in sacrifices for quite some time now. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed.
So Sertic just reared back and threw that one as hard as he could, caught the outside part of the plate, and Kawazi Samuel just swung through that one.
And now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again.
So Stover letting Samuel swing away. And if he gets a hold of one, that ball's going to go for a ride.
He's got plenty of power in those big arms right there. And definitely with the wind today, if he could get one in the air, pitch is outside, 2-2.
Yeah, Samuel comes in, 6'3", 225-pounder. Out of Consumnes Oaks. Phipps, good lead off second.
And they check the runner at second. No throw is made.
Yeah, Lancaster saw that lead. I better get over there, maybe cut it down just a little bit.
At least give him something extra to think about now.
And nobody out here.
2-2. Swung on and he got a piece of it.
Just got a piece of it there to stay alive.
Top of the order coming up next for the Falcons. The 2-2. Swung on, shot, right center field. This is deep. Heading over to make the catch in center is Straight. Tagging and heading to third is Phipps. So
well,
Samuel really gave that one a ride.
Yeah, Samuel gets a hold of one with that wind blowing out to center, and he did. That was a nice play by Jared Straight. Picked up the ball well, nice jump, gets over and makes a nice running catch. Phipps able, because the ball was hit so deep, able to get down to third. So now runners on the corners for the Falcons, and Joey D coming up.
So Dodson grounded out his first time up to second. Runners on the corners with one out. He shows bunt, drops it down, it's foul.
So good speed all the way around on the base pass. Phipps runs well at third. Nesikevich even faster. And then you got the fastest guy on the team, Joey D, up at the plate.
Oh, 1 pitch, swung on and missed. Dodson put in a healthy rip there.
Yeah, he was going for the 3-run jack there. Trying to do his Jack Pridey imitation. Jack Pridey, big 3-run bomb last time the Eagles were here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
And Dodson with no home runs, so he would really like to get one. 0-2 pitch inside, 1-2.
Yeah, Dodson really not built to really hit the ball with a lot of power, just 5'10", 165, and that's probably soaking wet. But I'll tell you what, that kid is a scrapper. He's a tough kid, and he's going to do everything he can to get a win for his team.
1-2 pitch, swung on and bounced to second. He's going to be out at first. However, he's going to get the RBI ground out. Run scores.
Yeah, and I think Lancaster just lost the ball for a second as Nesikevich ran right in front of him. Then the ball's there. But Lancaster, very solid second baseman, able to stay with it, get the sure out at first. Phipps comes home. Another run on the board for the Falcons.
Yeah, he was distracted for a second with that runner, and I didn't think he was going to be able to make the play. But good recovery by Lancaster, who has been the man to put out Dodson both times. RBI for Dodson, though. Facenda now swings and sends a high fly ball over to the right field line. Nice running catch by Gadsby to end the second inning. After 2 for the Falcons, they lead it 3-0. Now we'll send it over to Melanie Fuller and Coach Scott Stover.
Hey Falcon fans, Melanie Fuller here with Coach Stover. So Coach Stover, you've been the coach here for 14 years now. What has been your most favorite memory?
You know, we've had a bunch of memories. You know, 2017 won the first conference title. Then they came back in 08, went to the first Super Regional, but 2011 team was really good too. There's a lot of good memories, a lot of good guys. I can't pinpoint it to one. You know, our success over the course of the last 10 years has been really, really good, and I credit the players we've had.
And congrats on your 300th win. How does it feel to reach that milestone?
You know, it feels good, but again, it's about the players. You know, I think 82 of the 300 wins were against ranked or playoff opponents, and that's because of the players we've had who come out and grind it out and work hard in the classroom and then do all the right things off the field, and that's a credit to the success we've had.
And what can we expect from the team next season?
You know, we already have some commitments from some really quality players, both locally and out of the area. We're trying to build off what we have right now. We have a really good freshman core on the pitching staff end, some good freshman hitters. We just got to fill in some holes defensively and find some more key guys, but I think we're feeling pretty happy about what we have.
Thank you so much, Coach Stover. Back to the inning intermission.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning here. Mendocino trying to solve Jay Wagner. They have been unable to so far. Just one hit through the first 2 innings. 8-9-1 hitters coming up. It's Hebelin first. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, bottom of the zone for Jay Wagner.
Hebelin also played a lot of shortstop for Mendocino, especially early on in the season. But with the development of Scaramella,
swinging a pop foul.
He's been the designated hitter, and Scaramella last month getting most of the starts at shortstop for the Eagles.
Hebelin's hitting just 173.
Yeah,
3 runs batted in.
Good defensive shortstop, but he struggled at the plate.
Wagner now the 0-2 just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And had a chance to see that interview with Melanie Fuller and head coach Scott Stover.
1-2 pitch outside, just barely.
And Stover there gave you an idea of who's coming back next year, and I agree totally. You've got a lot of good freshman pitchers coming back next year. So I think the pitching's going to be solid. It's replacing a lot of those bats.
Line drive right to Kwasi Samuel for his first put out of the game.
Kwasi Samuel didn't have to move much. Put up his glove right there. So another out by
number 3,
Jay Wagner.
Much like the out that Jay Wagner got to end last inning, which he really didn't have to move a step. Bottom of the lineup now, the number 9 hitter Quentin Shy is up. As you mentioned earlier, the catcher that has not been catching for very long this season. 143 average, 1 run batted in.
And Shy just a freshman, so probably Mendocino with their season pretty much over the last few months. He's been playing a lot of new players to see what he has ready for next season.
0-1 now on Shy. Couldn't keep up with the high fastball. Wagner with the 0-1. Misses low, 1-1.
Yeah, Quentin Shy and Greg Scaramella are 2 freshmen that the Eagles are really counting on to have productive sophomore campaigns next year. Dylan Lancaster, the second baseman, also a freshman.
Outside. And yeah, Lancaster's already shown us 2 really nice defensive plays. So if he can get that bat going too, which he has this season so far, 289 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. Swung on and missed. It's a 2-2 count on Shy.
Yeah,
so,
Wagner just challenged him there. Here, freshman, hit this.
We'll see if he comes back with another fastball. The 2-2, he does. Swung on and missed. Shy strikes out. Already 4 strikeouts here in just 2 outs into the third inning for Jay Wagner.
Coach Stover may be thinking, maybe I should have started this guy a little earlier. But, you know, and that's one thing that's been a trademark of Solano baseball. They have always had good closers. And Wagner's a guy that just fits the bill, and he's been very solid, so good spot to keep him in. But, boy, he's really showing off his ability as a starter today.
Showed bunt, pulled it back, did straight, but the pitch was in for a strike either way. 0-1 now. Straight flew out to center his first time up, which is the only ball that has made it out of the infield today for Mendocino. For a strike.
Another strike at the knees.
0-2 now on Straight.
Straight, another freshman for these Eagles. So this season's been a struggle, but they've got a lot of freshmen, a lot of playing time. And they should be much improved next year.
Oh, 2 pitch from Wagner. Swung on and bounced to third. Stover up with it. Throw to first, and he got him.
Hey.
Tyler Stover unveils a cannon throw to first. That'll end the top of the third inning now.
Webster.
Bottom half of the third inning, Falcons coming up to the plate. Webster, Stover, Litz, the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Falcons here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Webster swung on and missed.
So Sertic will have his work cut out for him in this inning, facing 3 of the top hitters for the Solano Falcons.
All 3 of which have hit in their at-bats today. Swung on and missed. A single from Webster, single from Stover, and a 2-run double from Litz.
And Webster, boy, just swinging away there. 2 good cuts on the first 2 pitches. If I'm Sertic, I'm not giving him anything in the strike zone here.
And he swings and flies this one down the right field line, foul.
Yeah, that pitch was low and away. Webster just went down and got it and sliced it foul. So Webster really aggressive at the plate today. And why wouldn't you be coming in conference play hitting 400?
Especially on sophomore day. As a sophomore, you want to come in and really take some hacks. 0-2 pitch, high and away, especially if one of these guys could get a hold of a home run. Webster, no home runs this season. He did have a few last season, though. He does have some pop in that bat.
And for once, the wind has really settled down.
1-2 pitch inside. It hits Webster on the arm. Garland Webster's going to reach on a hit by pitch.
And if you're going to get hit, that's the way to do it. Just have the ball kind of graze you, nothing solid, take your base. And now Tyler Stover coming up to the plate. Had that outstanding play at third to end the last inning, really showing off his prowess defensively.
He really looked comfortable at third base. Already made 2 plays over there. First pitch to him. Bounces and gets away. Webster's going to head over to second.
That ball bounced up right in front of the backstop. Our 2 courtside reporters, or sideline reporters, McKenna Guerrero and Melanie. Melanie dropped her mic. See, I'm going to use 2 hands to catch this one. Net got it before it got to her and did any real damage.
Sertic paying a lot of attention to Webster over at second. Now his 1-0. Stover rips this one into left center. That's a base hit. On his way to third and rounding comes Webster. He will score without a throw. RBI. Base hit for Tyler Stover.
And Webster, he was coming home all the way.
Now batting.
Webster showing off his speed there. Stover getting another RBI. So Stover now in RBIs, that gives him 31 and actually could move him up into the top 5.
So that is the end of the ball game for Sertic.
Boy, that's kind of a surprise. Usually Sertic's a guy that regardless of what's going on in the game, he's going to get you 6, 7 innings.
Could be due to the fact that it's sophomore day and they just want to get some guys some work. Nick Brown, however, the pitcher, is a freshman, so maybe that theory is not correct.
Well, Sertic close to 80 innings pitched already on the season, so he's put his hours in for the Mendocino team this year. So now we get a chance to take a look at the new pitcher coming in, number 33, Nick Brown. 8.85 ERA. He's 1-5 on the season. This will be his 11th appearance. He's pitched 40.2 innings and he's given up 35 walks to 21 strikeouts. So looks like with Mr. Brown, issue will be of most importance for him.
40 earned runs in those 40 2/3 innings, which is why his ERA is so close to 9, because he's basically giving up a run per inning. Also 49 total runs, so you add those 9 additional unearned runs. He has given up more runs than he's given up hits, in fact.
Yeah, and that really pitching has been one of the problems that really has affected the poorest season for the Mendocino Eagles. Team ERA 6.04. So when you're giving up 6 runs a game, it's hard to get a lot of victories.
Briar Litz will be the next batter, coming off of that 2-out, 2-run double in the first inning, which got the Falcons started.
So Brown comes in with that 8.85 ERA, and all he has to do is go up against the hottest hitting Falcon right now in Briar Litz.
No easy task. And no outs still for the Falcons.
And they've already put one on the board here in the third, up 4-0, and trying to add to that right here with Mr. Litz at the plate, and Stover, who runs really well over at first.
And Stover takes off. Litz called timeout and got hit by the pitch, and he is visibly frustrated with the fact that the pitcher threw that.
Well, we don't know if it's the fault of the pitcher. 8.85 ERA, and he's hit 9 batters on the season.
The umpire called time. He called time really late, though, and most coaches tell their pitchers if a guy calls time really late, you don't have to, like if you're already starting your pitching motion, you may as well just finish and throw it to home. So that's what he did, but he hit Briar Litz with the pitch. And now Litz fouls one off in on the hands.
And Stover was on the move on that play. Looked like they had the hit and run on. So Stover, pretty good lead over at first. Throw over.
Definitely paying attention to Stover over at first. He already has 1 stolen base, 7th of the season. He's 70% in stolen base attempts. 0-1 pitch. Litz gets a hold of this one deep to dead center and off the wall. Briar Litz is going to have another extra base hit. Stover on his way home. He will score. Another double for Briar Litz and another run batted in.
The hits just keep coming at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. And how special is it for the sophomores especially to be putting on such a display of offensive power?
Already 5-0, still no outs here in the third inning. Andres Quijada comes up, runner in scoring position.
And
he struck out his first time up.
Litz got a hold of that one, and that was heading right to our camera in center field. I was glad when it hit right at the base of the wall.
If it had gotten just over the fence, we could be looking for another camera and another cameraman. Surdick checks the runner at second.
To go with Casper out there in center.
Pitch is high, inside, 1-0.
We have our ghost camera out in center field, and that's why you fans watching the games get a pretty good look at the pitches as they come in. That's all from our center field camera.
1-0 pitch, way inside. Oh, apparently that was a strike.
Yeah, took a lot off on that one. I agree with you, Tristan. I didn't think it came back and caught the inside part of the plate, but goes down as a strike.
You can smell the barbecue already.
Yeah.
Making me hungry. Runner checked. Litz goes back to second.
And we're invited. That's even
How
better,
about
right?
that? Free food.
A little barbecue for the players and get the broadcast crew in there.
Pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
Well, we've been able to bring you every single Solano home game this season here on the Solano College Sports Network. A little bit later in the game, we'll talk a little bit more about our program and all of you students who have done such a great job putting these broadcasts together.
Swinging a line drive off the glove at second. Litz is on his way to third. He will hold up. Quijada gets in on the hit parade.
And he just ripped that one. Lancaster pretty sure-handed at second. That took the leather off the glove and went right into right field. So Andres Quijada getting a hold of one. Sharp line drive gets into right field. And so now Litz at third, runners on the corner. And now you got to face another solid hitter for the Solano Falcons, Mr. Phipps.
Right when we talked about food, the Falcons say, not so fast. We still have a game to play.
They're going to make us
wait. Have to wait a while. 4 straight runners reaching base here in the inning. 3 hits and a hit by pitch. Phipps looks to keep the streak going. He has a hit himself today. First pitch way outside, 1-0.
Yeah, Brown going with that outside breaking ball really takes a lot off it, but just never comes back in. That was kind of similar to the call that went as a strike against Quijada.
It was pretty close. This time the hitter on the left side swinging a fly ball high in the air.
That's going to carry.
Deep into center. This is going to hit the base of the wall. That's going to score 2 runs. Phipps on his way to second. He will stop there with a double. 7-0 Falcons.
I feel like I'm at a carnival watching the merry-go-round because you just keep seeing the Solano players in blue circling the bases. And still nobody out, Tristan.
That is 5 straight runners to reach base. And that brings up Alex Nesikevich. And his walk-up song is Keep Rollin', Rollin', Rollin'. That's what the Falcons are doing right now.
Boy, and good speed by Kahada getting home from first.
Pitch high, way high, 1-0. It seems as though Brown struggles to throw strikes, but when he does throw strikes, they're all getting hit somewhere. There's nothing he can do right now. He checks the runner at second, 1-0 pitch. Way high again, 2-0. Mendocino has another pitcher up in the bullpen now. Throw down to second, hits off of Phipps.
Did that hit him in the head or the back?
I couldn't tell if it hit like the neck area or the helmet. He says he's fine.
And Brian Nelson, who did the broadcast with you on Tuesday, was talking about Phipps and just what a gritty, physical player he is. And
all
he
the
really
hit by pitches he's
he
taking.
takes a beating out there. He's a tough kid.
2-0 pitch now, swung on and popped straight up. Called by the shortstop, Scaramella, and he makes the catch. First out of the inning. What a relief that must be for Brown.
Yeah, he's going, whew, finally got a guy. Now I got to face Samuel.
Number 33.
And then the top of the order is coming right back at you. Kwase Samuel gave that first ball quite the ride to center. And even though it was caught, he did advance the runner over to third, which set the stage for a couple more runs to come that inning. Pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, it set the stage for Dodson's ground out. Dodson's ground out would not have scored a run if the runner stayed at second, so Kwase Samuel almost gets an assist on that third run. 0-1 pitch. 0-2.
Good pitch by Brown there, so maybe he's settling into the game now.
Definitely painted the corner. Not a whole lot that Samuel could do with that pitch other than try to drive it the other way.
Let's see if maybe Brown comes inside now.
0-2 pitch. Goes outside again and just misses. Seemed to be pretty much the same location, but umpire goes with the ball on that one, 1-2.
Yeah, and good 0-2 pitch by Brown there. See if he can get Samuel fishing for something out of the zone.
And now the 1-2 pitch. He comes inside. Samuel is unable to catch that breaking ball. He strikes out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Joey Dodson with the runner on second, 2 outs.
So Brown able to get the last 2 batters out. Now he just needs one more, get out of this inning for the Eagles. You gotta limit the damage. Falcons already up by 7 runs in this one.
Dodson has grounded to second twice. Only 3 hitters on this Falcons team already have not had a hit so far. 6 of them have, as that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So Dodson, Facenda, and Samuel would all love to get a hit here as well and get everybody a hit today. Brown checks the runner at second. And the pitch is swung on and blooped.
That's going to be tough.
This could be dropping, and it will. Dodson's going to hit second. He's got an RBI double if he gets in there, and he does, and the throw gets away, but Dodson will hold at second. RBI double for Joey Dodson, his second run batted in. and now 7 Falcons have had a hit already in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Joey just got under that one and sliced it to right field, hit it nice and high, but the wind blowing it away from the right fielder Gadsby coming in to try to make the catch, and it just landed between Gadsby and Montanez, the first baseman.
They've got the right fielder Gadsby way off the line, so the first baseman was the only one that had a chance there, and Montanez was not going to run that down to make a catch over the shoulder as that pitch is outside.
Yeah, that would have been a tough play, especially with the wind.
So it's 8-0 now. Still 2 outs. Facenda, one of only 2 Falcons without a hit. We'll see if he could get one here. And Brown steps off right as Dotson was heading to second. I don't know if you noticed that, but Dotson was clearly attempting to steal on that pitch if they had had the pitch. He started to go back almost before Brown looked back. I don't know if Brown noticed, but Dodson could be on the move here.
Yeah, Dodson trying to move up in the stolen bases category.
Swing and a miss from Facenda now, 1-1.
Joey coming in with 16. If he could get to 19, he could be tied for second with Mercado from Laney.
Brown with the pitch, popped straight up a mile high. Called off in right by Gadsby. He makes the catch to retire the side. That'll end 3 innings of play here at Solano. Solano up 8-0. Now we're going to send it over to McKenna Guerrero.
Hey guys, I'm here with Solano Athletic Director Eric Visser. Eric, give us an update on.
Well, very excited this week. The team clinched the conference title again. I believe it's the 10 in a row. And the other exciting thing is Coach Penelope, who has big shoes to fill with Coach Pearson, retirement. She was able to guide the team to a conference championship and was named Coach of the Year of the conference. So it is well done.
And what's going on for playoffs?
We'll be finding out tomorrow. Tomorrow on Saturday will be the seeding meeting. And based on where we're going to be seated, we will be playing either at home or away. It's very likely that we'll be playing at home on Saturday at 2 o'clock, and on Sunday we'll play noon and or 2.
Well, thank you, Eric. Come out and support the softball girls. Congratulations to Coach Penelope, and thank you guys. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th.
Now batting, number 7.
Top of the 4th now. Mendocino still trying to solve Wagner. They've only had 1 runner reach base so far. 1, 2, 3. They were retired in the 1st and the 3rd. Falcons up 8 now. First pitch to Lancaster, fouled to the left side. And who did that hit? It hit whoever that is with the glove on over there for the Falcons. Number 4, Luke Noble actually got hit in the arm on that foul ball.
Carson Hawes over there having a good laugh.
Swing and a pop-up high in there, left center shallow. Tough play for Webster. He's going to be called off. And a nice sliding catch made by Facenda, who came in on the run.
And Facenda, boy, he has been really solid with the leather this season.
Now batting.
In fact, if you look at his defensive numbers, .986, he's only made 3 errors in 207 chances.
Outstanding. He has played mostly outfield. He's also played first base, I believe.
Yeah, and he's been the designated hitter a lot as well. But boy, wherever you put him, like a lot of guys on the Solano team, he's going to do well and give you his best effort.
Here's a good bunt. Wagner picks it up bare hand. Throw to first is not going to be in time. A really nice bunt laid down by Connor Franz. Caught everyone off guard.
Now batting.
Yeah, and Wagner, good hustle, but doesn't move all that quickly by the time he got it. Strong throw, still not in time to get the runner.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfectly placed on the bunt. And he did not show bunt before. Like, he didn't make it obvious he was going to bunt. He didn't square around until right as the pitch was coming. Made sort of a running bunt motion a la Ichiro Suzuki. First pitch in there for a strike to Gadsby.
got a chance to see Suzuki play last night, playing center field for the Miami team, playing the Dodgers. Miami swept the Dodgers. Dodgers at home. Yeah.
Wow. Swing and, it's fouled. I mean,
that got him.
Rather, hit Gadsby on the leg. Second hit batter of the game. First one on Mendocino's side. Yeah, Ichiro Suzuki
Number 6,
has been playing in the league for so long, in his mid-40s now, and just one of the most steady playing players I've seen in a long time. He's well over 20 seasons now.
And just exciting. You know,
he was always really fast and
have you ever seen
crafty.
him take batting practice?
No.
It is fun to watch. I mean, he could hit for power if he wanted to. Not now, but back in his prime.
I always heard that he could have gone for 20 homers and like 260, but he would always hit 330, 340. He was always one of the league leaders in batting average and well over 3,000 hits
with the bat. And I would say first ballot Hall of Famer?
I think so.
I do too.
I would definitely give him my vote if I had one.
All right, well, finally some activity over in the Solano bullpen. We were wondering how long Wagner was going to go today.
First pitch in there for a strike to McIntosh. Only 2 hits and 3 base runners for Wagner so far, and we'll see if he can get out of this inning with that perfect ERA still intact. It would be wonderful if he could end the season with a perfect ERA. Swing and a miss. Great pitch. 0-2 now on McIntosh.
Yeah, McIntosh just way out in front of that one. So Wagner, good job keeping the hitters off balance today. Just hard to get comfortable against him up at the plate, especially for the right-handed hitters.
0-2 pitch, swung on and popped high in the air, shallow left field. Evan Facenda makes the catch. No runners are going to advance. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
So Wagner, if he can get one more out, that should keep that earned run average at 0.00 intact. Certainly something to look forward to as we watch Cody Montanez, the tall, lanky first baseman, coming up to the plate.
Yeah, that is definitely an accomplishment to be proud of if you are Jay Wagner. He just needs to get this next hitter pitch in there for a strike. Montanez struck out his first time up.
And Wagner, too. One of the nicest guys on the team. Really, really good dude.
And Wagner now the 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, that was right up around the letters, and Montanez's eyes kind of got big. He was going to swing. Good decision held back on that one.
Pitch just misses.
Wind still blowing out to center field, though not as gusty as it has been.
2-1 pitch, swung on and shot to center. On the run is Nesikevich, and he makes the catch. Another perfect inning for Jay Wagner. That is 3.5 innings of play here at Solano. Falcons on top, 8-0.
Hi, my name is Jay Wagner. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Number 13, Garland Webster.
First pitch to Webster. Inside for a ball. Webster, Stover, and Litz. And now the 1-0 pitch to Webster inside. Ball 2, 2-0 now on Garland Webster. Webster reached base twice today, a single and a hit by pitch. Pitch inside, 3-0 now on Webster, looking to draw a leadoff walk. He has drawn 6 walks on the season. 3-0 pitch, right down the heart of the plate. Webster was not looking to swing. It's 3-1 on Webster. 376 on base percentage for Webster this season. And the first pitch shot high and deep in the air, way back to left, and it's just short. Webster had his home run trot on, and he is going to have to hold at first with a really, 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 really long single. That ball was absolutely shot by Webster, but just a little too high considering the distance that it traveled. Tyler Stover now, 2 singles, he's 2 for 2, an RBI on his second single. Throw over to first, Webster's back in safely. Not a real stolen base threat, he's only stolen 1 base on 4 attempts. Has a healthy lead though. Faking the throw over to first is shy. That pitch was in there for a strike. Stover digs back in. And another throw over to first. Webster back in safely.
Tell me a little bit about your career here at Solano. What did you do after Solano, and what is the best thing about being
And now the 0-1 swung on and shot down the left field line, just foul. Stover got a hold of that one. 0-2 now on Tyler Stover. Brown steps off. Looks like a ball came onto the field on the left side from the Falcons bullpen. 0-2 pitch to Stover, swung on and missed. Tyler Stover strikes out on an awkward looking swing. 1 down for the Falcons. That'll bring up red hot Briar Litz, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in already, an early
Number 30,
candidate for player of the game. Brown checks the runner at first again. And now Brown is set. Litz calls time. Now Brown is set. Finally, the delivery to Litz. Swung on. Tapped foul right back to the mound. The throw it to second. 1. Relay to first. Is not in time. So Briar Litz is going to be safe at first. He grounds into a force out. And that brings up Andres Quijada.
now batting, number 21.
The catcher is 1 for 2, struck out and singled so far today. Runner on first, 2 outs, throw over to first. And now a swing and a bouncer to third. Throw over to second to end the inning. And Solano is on top, 8-0. We'll be right back with the 5th inning. we're back. Top of the 5th inning here at Solano. The new pitcher, Bobby Hostler. Jay Wagner ends with an absolutely phenomenal finish to the season. He struck out 4 batters in 4 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, and he ends the season with a perfect ERA of 0.
And so a chance now to see another sophomore pitcher for the Falcons. There's just 3 of them this year. David Hostler, as you said, on the mound, coming in with a 8.72 ERA.
So Greg Scaramella now to lead off the inning for Mendocino. He is 0 for 1. And he shows bunt, drops it down. Coming in from third is Stover. He got a great jump on that ball, and he throws him out. Tyler Stover looks like a natural at third base.
I think you could put that kid at any position. He's going to be pretty good. Outstanding play. Boy, both chances he's had at third have been tough chances, and he's made them look easy. And then you throw in that pop fly that was kind of moving around with the wind.
A little bit of miscommunication. He had to come in at the last second because it looked like Webster was going to make the play. So, yeah, he looks like an absolute natural over there. And Abellin is back up, lined out to first, his first time up. Quasi Samuel barely had to move on that one. Pitch is low, 1-0.
And I'm sure with head coach Scott Stover, he's just putting Tyler wherever he thinks he's going to fit best in working with the talent on this team.
Pitch is in for a strike, 1-1 now.
And Stover, you look at his defensive numbers. They are solid.
Swinging a fly ball to right. On the run and unable to make the catch is Phipps. That's going to be a double. First extra base hit. Oh, he's actually heading for third. And he's going to get a triple. First extra base hit of the game for Mendocino. 1-out triple for Abellin. And I underestimated his speed there.
Yeah, he could have walked into third standing up there.
He really turned the corner at second really quickly. And Quentin Shy now has an RBI opportunity. He doesn't get a whole lot of those. In fact, he's got just 1 this season in 12 games.
Yeah, he only had 18 at-bats coming in.
Looks like he's going to get that second RBI on a sac fly. The catch is made in center. Oh,
I don't know what Abellin's doing over there.
Abellin does not get a good jump off of third, and then he just doesn't go.
I think I could have made it home from third. That ball was hit so deep. And I am not fast.
That really looked like a sac fly opportunity for Shy. Falcons will take it, though.
Yeah, that's a second out. So
they have to just get straight here, and they'll keep that shutout going. With the speed he showed on the last play, getting to third, I mean, that pitch is high for a ball. Straight 0 for 2.
And probably what happened when that ball was hit, it didn't look like it was hit that hard, but the wind just kept carrying it out to right.
Pitch is low for a ball, 2-0. And maybe he just didn't anticipate it to go as far as it did.
But, boy, you come in 7 and 25, right? You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and you got that speed. I mean, I don't think that was even a stretch to say that he was going to get there. That's hit to first, diving stop by Samuel. But he's unable to get the ball, and so the run will score. Great effort and a good dive to keep that from becoming an extra base hit.
He almost looked like he was playing your sport. Looked like a goaltender there knocking the puck away because that thing just ricocheted kind of back towards the mound. And Hostler was hustling over thinking he might have a chance to make a play.
So that'll bring up Dylan Lancaster, 0 for 2.
So do you think that's a base hit by Straight?
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah, tough play, hit pretty hard.
Really tough play for Samuel. And that pitch is a ball.
And I think we have an interview coming up after this inning with Tommy Pavesi. Probably the best hitter to ever suit up for the white and blue.
Swinging a high fly ball into left. It's not very deep, though. Facenda misjudged it for a second, turned around and made the catch. Doesn't matter how you make the catch, long as you make the catch. That'll end the top of the 5th inning. The Falcons give up their first run of the game, and now we'll send it over to Melanie Fuller.
Hey, Falcon fans, Melanie Fuller here with baseball alumni Tommy Pavesi. Tommy, tell me a little bit about your experience here at Solano.
My experience here was great. I still hang out with the friends that I played with here today, some of my best friends this day. Coach Stover's been great for the town. I mean, he's kept a lot of the good baseball players here, so it's been pretty awesome.
And what was your most memorable experience?
Winning the 2 first conference titles, all the records that I got, and then all the guys that I played was awesome. But funniest thing about Coach Stover, we lost in Yuba one night, and he drove us back here and it was pitch dark, and he brought us out on the field and parked the vans out here and it's pitch dark, and he was like, "This is how I feel when I'm hanging out with you guys, that I'm in the dark and I can't see anything." And it was like, oh my God, he hates us. Like, he just brutalizes us all the time, but he's like one of the best guys. I still talk to him every day, he's the best.
And what has Coach Stover taught you about life?
That nothing comes easy. You're gonna have to work hard for everything you get. So he's been a real inspiration, a father figure. I came from Boston, so me and him have been pretty close over the years. I'm the best walk-on he's ever had, so we have a pretty good relationship still.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Melanie, for that great interview. And now we are here in the bottom of the 5th. Jesse Phipps coming up.
Tommy Pavesi also coached here in 2013, was part of the coaching staff for the last Solano team that went to the Super Regionals. And as I said before, Tristan, he was one of the special players here at Solano. As we get through the inning, I'm going to read off some of his career numbers. It's outstanding. It's amazing. As Donald Trump would say, it's huge.
Don't pronounce the H, though. It's huge. First pitch to Phipps. Bounces in for a ball.
So here are the records, single season records held by Tommy Pavesi. Plate appearances in 2008, 2000, that'd be a long season, 204.
Lord. As that pitch is swung on and bounced to the right side, picked up at first, and he's going to take it himself is Montanez. He makes the out. 1 up, 1 down.
So Tommy Pavesi, he holds a single season record for runs, 47 in 2008. He had 80 hits in 2008. He led the state with batting average, hit .455 in 2008, also had 74 runs batted in. I mean, you look at Stover, who's leading the Falcons with 31 now, I think. Good season, but Pavesi blows that away with 74. Unbelievable. One of the best hitters for Solano Community College ever, Tommy Pavesi. Good guy, too. Fun to be around.
And the first pitch to Nesikevich is outside, 1-0. One-0 pitch, fouled right back, 1-1.
Yeah, that 2008 Solano team might be the best team in the history of Solano Community College. The 2011 team, they've got a case to make too.
1-1 pitch bounces in. And that's also, I mean, with some of those statistics, that's got to be one of the best individual seasons in, like, community college history.
Yeah, and that was
right
before
there.
they changed the bats too. A couple years later, they changed the bats, not as powerful, so you just don't see the numbers overall. But still, those are just amazing overall numbers.
Pitch is low, 3-1 now on Nesikevich.
And Tommy Pavesi, too, an East Coast kid. All the way from Boston, somehow heard about Solano. Coach Stover got a hold of him, brought him here at Solano.
Wow. Somehow that was a strike. That seemed way outside and maybe an inch off the ground.
He's thinking like us. We want to get to the barbecue.
He's smelling that food. 3-2 pitch. Bounced foul.
Good thing Nesikevich swung at that one. That probably was a strike, too. And he was golfing that one off the dirt on the outside part of the plate.
And Brown again, the full count pitch, way outside. Nesikevich will get the walk.
Good thing he held up on the bat toss. He was starting to toss that bat over to the dugout, but Quentin Shy had just stepped to that side. Would have got nailed there.
Kwase Samuel.
So good check bat toss by Nesikevich.
Here's Kwasi Samuel, 0 for 2 so far. First pitch low for a ball.
Yeah, very interesting spelling, too, of that first name. Kweisi. We took a few stabs at that before the start of this season to get that one right. Kwesi? That's Quasi.
Over to first.
All right.
Another throw over to first.
Wouldn't be good if his last name was Moda. I knew Brian, our producer, would get a kick out of that corny joke.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Of course, you did the broadcast with Brian Nelson and that whopping victory over Napa on Tuesday. You guys sounded great.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Great game for Solano.
Absolutely, 17-3. I mean, that's not a bad day. Everything went their way. They had great pitching. James Heinrichs was outstanding. We really considered him for player of the game. Ultimately gave it to Litz, who reached base 5 times, drove in 4 runs, had 3 hits. Wasn't an easy decision that day. Stover also homered. Swinging a high drive way back into center field. That's off the wall. Kwasi Samuel joins the team with hits. Rounding third and trying to get home is Nesikevich. He will score.
Nesikevich,
base.
I like to call him NASCAR. The wheels were moving there, gets all the way around to score. And Kwasi Samuel, he gave that a ride. I thought it might have a chance, but that ball was hit to the deepest part of the outfield in deep center field.
And a great prediction for you, partner. You called it like before you even made contact with his first at bat. You said he could really give one a ride if he gets a hold of it, and he's gotten a hold of 2 today, and that's his first hit. So the hitter on deck now, Facenda, is the only hitter without a hit, and I'm sure he's going to get one at some point tonight. Great sophomore day for all the sophomores today. They are just getting hits in bunches. As Dodson gets another one. There's a shot to left for a base hit. They're going to hold Kwasi Samuel at third.
I better not leave anymore during a Solano at bat, because that's the only time. I think they went 1, 2, 3 in the previous inning, was it?
They got a single on the first with Webster nearly homering, and then they went 3 straight after that.
Because that was a fast inning.
Yeah, well, Garland had probably an extra base hit, but he had his home run trot on. He really thought it was out. It hit the wall, and he had a single.
Where did he hit it?
Off that left field wall, the high part over by the 330 sign. If he had just caught the little crook in left, he would have had a
home
homer.
Run.
Absolutely. It hit the fence without bouncing.
Yeah, that's the play. Aim for the scoreboard.
So we have another pitching change. It's number 15, Nick Vargas.
So another Nick. Nick Vargas, 7.36 earned run average, record of 1 win, 1 loss. This is his 16th appearance. He had started 1 game on the season in 33 innings of work. 15 walks to go along with 20 strikeouts, opposing batters hitting .343. Kwasi Samuel over there in the Solano dugout, big smile on his face.
It always feels good for a guy who doesn't play all that often to get a hit. And a big one like that. I mean, he hit it off the wall in dead center. He really gave that one a shot. I mean, that's 400 feet out there.
Well, one of his first at-bats came at home against San Mateo. That was the first home game for the Falcons. He got up in the bottom of the 9th. Solano was down like 8 to No, 9-2. They got it all the way to 9-7. Samuel, 2 outs, hits a high fly ball to the right field, but it was shallow. The right fielder coming in couldn't catch up, couldn't catch it. They scored another run, made it 9-8, and then JoJo Quintanilla came up and grounded into the final out. So Falcons almost came back from 9-2 to tie that game.
Look for Dotson to run, and there you go. Dotson easily steals second. 17 steals on 20 attempts this season.
Let's see if he can get to 19. Move all the way up to second in the Bay Valley Conference.
Facenda takes that pitch low.
Of course, last year, Joey Dodson along with shortstop Alvaro Rubalcaba. I think Rubalcaba stole 30 bases on the season, led the Bay Valley Conference. And with those two on the base pass, boy, it was tough for opposing teams.
Facenda shoots one foul to the left side. Gave that one a bit of a ride, a little too early on the swing. 2-1 now.
Rubalcaba now playing at Cal State Northridge.
And the 2-1 high, 3-1.
So Facenda trying to get in on the hits party.
He is the only Falcon without one so far. 3-1 pitch, good hitting count. And it's inside. So every Falcon that has started today has reached base now, as Facenda draws a walk.
And Facenda wasn't too happy there. He kind of frowned when he saw that pitch was in the dirt.
He wanted to hit.
He did.
Can't blame him.
Garland Webster.
So Webster now, he's been on base all 3 times. A single, a hit by pitch, another single. And as we mentioned a moment ago, that second single was very nearly a homer. Pitch is inside for a ball.
And they're not holding Facenda. Well, why would they? You got to run her at second.
Swing and a high.
I think we might have a chance.
High pop-up. Shy calls it, catches it. And that is 2 outs now for Tyler Stover with the bags juiced.
So Carson Haas, there you get a good look at him. Another one of those talented freshman pitchers, looking like he's going to see some action today. And typically this would have been Carson Haas' start. I think Barry started yesterday. Heinrich started on Tuesday, so Haas probably would have been the starter. But, of course, Coach Stover wanting to go with the sophomore Jay Wagner, and that really has paid off for him.
Stover with the bases loaded. First swing is a rip, and is popped foul. There is actually going to be a play on this ball. Montanez makes the catch. Stover throws his bat, and the crowd a little disappointed with the bases loaded. However, the Falcons tack on another run. They lead it 9-1. David Hostler trots back out for his second inning of work here for the Falcons in relief of Jay Wagner. Falcons on top 9-1 now, having a really fun sophomore day here in their final game. First pitch swung on it, bounced just past the diving Tyler Stover. A base hit for Connor Franz.
Yeah, if he would have got that one.
Oh, that would have been insane.
Now batting.
So the ball
Number
hit
24,
sharply by
Jake
Franz.
Gadsby.
Franz 2 for 3 now. 2 back-to-back singles.
And now Gadsby, 0 for 1, has also been hit by a pitch.
And what I really like about this Mendocino team, regardless of the score, they're going to keep battling. And they did that the last time they were here. They were down 6-0 right off the bat and kept fighting back, ended up losing by 3 runs, 8-5.
Swinging a pop-up right behind the mound, coming in from second to make the catch, and then he throws the ball away. Was Joey Dodson. Quasi Samuel will pick it up. Runner advances to second on the error.
Joey may be getting a little too fancy there, but you got to love it, trying to make the play there. Made that catch and threw on the run.
They had a tiny chance to get that runner at first. He was off a little bit because after the pitcher got out of the way, it really looked like that might drop. That was a really good running play for Joey Dodson.
And Webster was coming over too from short, so he just figured, okay, Joey D, a little faster maybe, I'll let him get it.
So that'll bring up McIntosh. First pitch he sees is high and outside for a ball. McIntosh 1 for 2, single, fly out. Hostler is set. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Hostler to get back in the count.
Went low and away on that one, and McIntosh tried to go over and get it, but comes up empty.
Set again. Hostler checks the runner at second. Checks him again. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Another good pitch from Hostler. 1-2.
Yeah, Hostler just trying to keep the ball down and away from the left-handed hitter, not give him a chance to pull the ball. Because for a left-handed hitter, if you get the ball up in the air and pull it, you've got that wind blowing to right field.
1-2 pitch bounces in. Good block by Quijada.
And we've seen Quijada do that all season.
That's absolutely routine right there for a great defensive catcher like Quijada.
Yeah, and boy, just a long line of really good defensive catchers here at Solano. Victor Romero out of Armio went on to play at Oklahoma State. Outstanding catcher. Just recently, Aaron Brasher, outstanding catcher for the Falcons.
High pop-up over to second. Dodson slips, and the ball drops, and it seemed like it nicked his forehead to me from this angle. He gets up slowly, seems like he's okay. But yeah, I think he's holding his forehead. It looked like it deflected off of his head a little bit.
Now batting, number 27.
Oh, he's a tough kid.
Montanez.
And Joey Dodson was an outstanding high school cornerback. Played at American Canyon for 2 years. Also outstanding running back. Only problem is he played behind Jamon Dotson. After his 2 years at American Canyon, he's playing at Oregon now and probably will see some playing time this year. But Dodson was his backup. Outstanding football player, tough kid.
Pitch is low for a ball to Montanez. He's struck out and lined out to center. Hostler with the 1-0. High fly ball, right center field. Catch is made in right by Jesse Phipps. That is out number 2. Runner advances over to third.
So now you have runners on the corners for Mendocino. Down 9-1 in this one, but trying to get back in it.
Number 2,
and they've got a chance right here.
Caramella.
Fortunately for the Falcons, there are 2 outs, so Hostler can just focus on getting Scaramella out regardless of what the base runners are doing. Scaramella 0 for 2. He lined out to the pitcher, and then he bunted out over to third on that really nice play by Tyler Stover. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. That's absolutely painting the corners. Perfect
That was
pitch.
dirty.
Perfect pitch. And the 0-1 swung on and missed. Same location. Beautiful pitch again.
So the kid out of Armio doing work for the Falcons, David Hostler, both he and Garland Webster played their high school ball at Armio, as a lot of really great Falcon baseball players have.
And the 0-2 is fouled off.
I thought Melanie might have a chance to get that foul ball there.
She wanted no part of that.
She's hanging onto that mic with two hands. Melanie Fuller, McKenna Guerrero have just done an outstanding job this season for us. The other sideline reporting.
She did a good job protecting the mic. 0-2 pitch outside. First thing that I really remember learning in this class was we did a volleyball game and the ball hit me in the head, but I saved the camera and you were like, save the equipment,
Yep.
always save the equipment.
I knew you were going to be a good student. Sacrifice your body.
Swinging a bouncer to short. Picked up by Webster, flipped to second. That'll end the top of the 6th. And despite threatening, Mendocino will not score. Now we're going to send it over to McKenna Guerrero and Melanie Fuller.
Hey guys, I'm McKenna Guerrero alongside my broadcast partner Melanie Fuller, and this is the Solano College Sports Network. If you have an interest in the career in sports broadcasting, whether it be behind the scenes or in front of the camera, this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building. For more information, contact Greg Poff at gpoff@solano.edu. We hope to see you here next semester. And remember, it's more than just sports.
It's an education.
Bottom of the 6th, Briar Litz will lead it off. 2 for 3 today. Reached base all 3 times. He reached on a ground into a force out last time up. Swinging a line drive to left. First pitch he sees. Briar Litz having another phenomenal game for the Falcons.
He doesn't want this season to end. I mean, he's just been ripping the cover off the ball.
Another 3-hit game. He has had several of those recently. And just, as you said, just destroying right now. Team leader in batting average.
He could get his conference batting average up over 400. Be right there with Webster.
He's, as that's fouled off, he's also team leader in on-base percentage, just ahead of Quintanilla. And just behind Tyler Stover and Evan Facenda with the slugging percentage. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now on Quijada. He falls behind early in the count. 1 for 3 today.
Boy, and the Falcons, they've done a good job this game getting that leadoff runner on, getting things started. Ooh.
Pitch way up over the head of Quijada. That pitch was taller than Quijada. 1-2 now.
Litz over at first, not much of a lead at all.
Pitch way inside.
That thing had a ton of movement on it.
It did.
That almost
Very
looked like a
nearly
drop
hit him.
shot in tennis with the little backspin on it.
It very nearly hit him, too. He just moved his knee out of the way of that one. 2-2 pitch, way up there again. And Quijada bounces back from an 0-2 count with a full count now.
Yeah, Vargas going with those high fastballs to see if he can get him to chase, but Kahada very disciplined.
3-2 pitch.
There he got one.
Right in his wheelhouse and flown to center. Caught by Straight. He hit that ball hard, but he just unfortunately hit it right at somebody.
All right now, so it's going to be Mr. Phipps coming up to the plate.
Number 14.
2 for 3, a single and an RBI double. Phipps is having himself a good game so far.
Really good crowd here today, even over on the Mendocino side. Got a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Of course, a little bit easier Friday afternoon game. Got the weekend coming up.
And, of course, this is a special occasion. They're here to represent all their friends and family that are sophomores, as that pitch is high and outside.
Yeah, nice to see the folks from, all the way up in Ukiah coming down to support the sophomores that are leaving here on Mendocino. Mendocino, though, not as many sophomores. They got a lot of freshmen, a lot of kids coming back for the Eagles next year.
And that pitch is fouled off by Phipps, 1-1.
Yeah, Phipps chased that one out of the zone. That was low. Looked like he was trying to hit that with a 9-iron, going down and trying to get it. Phipps, another outstanding student, does his work in the classroom for the Falcons.
1-1 pitch, way inside it, hits Jesse Phipps. Second hit batter of the game for the Falcons. That'll put 2 on for Alex Nesikevich, who is
Number 12.
singled and walked
Nesikevich.
to go along with a pop-out.
So Nesikevich out of Del Campo High School, nearing the end of his career here with the Solano Falcons. Alex Nesikevich, another kid on the dean's list after the fall semester. 3.0 plus GPA, and I've had him in the classroom. He's really a good student, smart kid, works hard, takes his studies seriously.
Meanwhile, Jesse Phipps' night is done. Luke Noble over at first to pinch run for him.
Or his night is just beginning as we near the end of the afternoon.
Game is done.
It's those shades you're wearing. Everything looks dark. Our producer, Brian Nelson, thinking he's funny, and he is.
1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Nesikevich, 1-1. You mentioned how much fun we had trying to spell Quasi Samuel's name in the early going. Well, I definitely didn't have an easy time with Alex Nesikevich's name either.
What helped me, I had him in the classroom. It took me all semester to get his name down. He was always very patient. He'd go, no, it's Nesikevich.
And that pitch low bounces in.
Because it's not really spelled like it sounds.
Not at all.
Well, whatever you want to call him, he's had a decent 2-year stint here for the Falcons.
Vargas with the 2-1. Nesikevich gets the bat head in front of it and bloops it to left, and it drops. On his way to third, and just in there is Briar Litz. Base hit for Alex Nesikevich. Bases are loaded again for the Falcons.
Nice try by the shortstop, Scaramella, getting over there. Just couldn't quite secure it. So that'll go as a hit for Nesikevich.
That's a tough read. Good job for Briar Litz to read that ball well and get to third, because we know he's not the fastest runner. He really had to get a good jump in order to make it. And now Quasi Samuel, who already has an RBI in this game, has a chance with the bases loaded and only 1 out to add to his outing. 1-0. Samuel fouls it right back, 1-1.
Yeah, didn't miss that by much. Good cut. Just a little bit under it.
And now Vargas with the 1-1. Way up there. 2-1. Definitely want to challenge the number 9 hitter a little more than Vargas has so far this at bat.
But he also remembers what he did his last at-bat. Hit it all the way to the wall, deep center field.
2-1 pitch. 3-1. Samuel, I'm sure he'd rather swing the bat since this is the last game, but could be a free RBI if he takes the walk here.
And good eye on that last pitch. That had a lot of movement.
3-1, and that misses. RBI walk for Quasi Samuel, and the Falcons have reached double digits here in the bottom of the 6th. So that'll bring up top of the order. Still bases loaded, 1 out. Joey Dotson already has 2 runs batted in on the game.
Running for the sophomore Alex Nisakevich. Number 5, Nolan Burr.
And Nolan Burr gets in the game, replacing Alex Nisakevich. So a couple freshmen getting in here on sophomore night. First pitch missed for a ball on Joey Dotson, who already has 2 RBIs and 2 hits. That pitch right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Vargas is set. 1-1. High fastball. Dodson could not lay off of it, and he swings and misses.
And you look at Luke Noble and Nolan Burr, both in the game, pinch running. Those are 2 freshmen that the Falcons are going to depend on next year. Both have seen some playing time this year.
Pitch high.
Noble's played out in center field, and Nolan Burr really kind of settled in and had been starting a lot of games at second base when Dodson's out in center field.
And that's probably what's going to happen next inning. I would assume Dotson switches to center as that pitch misses for a full count because Burr came in for Nisakevich, who was playing center. So Burr probably goes to second, Dotson probably goes to center, and Noble probably stays in right.
I like that.
Vargas with the full count pitch. Dotson fouls it off. He stays alive.
Oh, he wanted that pitch. That was belt high, right over the plate. Just missed it.
He'll get another chance here with the full count. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here from Dotson. Quite the battle. Vargas with the 3-2. Dotson foul tips that one into the glove. He strikes out.
So Vargas, he just went after him. Okay, hit this. Dodson got his money's worth on the swings, but comes up empty.
And now the batter is Jojo Quintanilla, another freshman coming in for Facenda. So Facenda does not get that hit, but he does get on base. So all the Falcon starters reached base today. Quintanilla takes a pitch outside corner for a strike. And Stover's just emptying the bench pretty much now.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the sophomores that have played so well for the Falcons, but now we're seeing a changing of the guard. A lot of those talented freshmen coming in to replace those sophomores that really are going to be the nucleus of this team next year. And Jojo Quintanilla is another kid that just needs to get dialed in because he's a pretty good hitter.
And a swing and a foul. He wanted that pitch. Frustrated with himself, 1-2.
And Jojo Quintanilla, another kid that just does a great job in the classroom. Another one of these Solano Falcons on the Dean's list. GPA over 3.0.
1-2 pitch bounced right back to the mound. Great reflexes from Vargas as he flags that one down and throws it to first. That'll end the 6th inning. After 6 innings of play, Falcons dominating Mendocino 10-1. Welcome back. We are finished with 2/3 of this ball game. Final 3 innings coming up here. Top of the 7th, Mendocino
Now
just
batting.
one run so
Number 12,
far.
Jason Hibben.
They are going to head up against Carson Hawes, the third pitcher of the game for the Falcons. The freshman, only 3 sophomore pitchers for Solano this year. 2 of them have already appeared in this game, and Pierman cannot appear because of his injury. So,
yeah, they've got 9 freshmen coming back, and Hawes, I think, is probably the best of that crew, especially when you think in terms of starting pitching.
and there's a swing and a fly ball. Right field line. Foul territory, long run. Quintanilla really put quite a quick start, I guess you could say, into that one, and he just missed getting over there.
Yeah, he's got some good speed out there. Quintanilla, very good athlete overall. He's kind of got kind of a wide frame, but the kid is really athletic. And you were talking about the freshmen coming back. Hawes, of course, one of those.
High pitch, 2-1 now.
But also 2 other pitchers, Jackson Berry and James Heinrichs, both able to work into the starting rotation. So Solano next year could have 3 starting pitchers all coming back next year.
Swinging a foul back. Yeah, and Berry and Heinrichs really have had, I mean, they've struggled in some starts, but they've had some really good starts, especially some of the games we've broadcast here I've seen from Berry and Heinrichs, just phenomenal.
Yeah, with both
starts.
of them, it's control. If they stay ahead in the count, they are, well, like most pitchers. You stay ahead in the count, you're going to do well. That's getting over by Harry. He just left the camera.
Well, good for him. That one landed near where he would have been.
Well, no, he's got to save the camera. You learned that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's how you move up.
And the pitch is a breaking ball outside.
And some of those other pitchers come back. You look at the bullpen. You got Ryland Haney, Chris Bruner. Spinning's coming back, Jordan Chana. So you got 4 pretty solid guys in the pen as well. And one of those guys could move into the starting rotation.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. He strikes out. Hibellen threw a fastball right by him.
In fact, I believe Ryland Haney started the game yesterday against Contra Costa, a game that Solano won. They got 2 runs in the top of the 9th, won that game 4-3.
Shy.
That was only their 5th road win
Haney had
on the season.
A really, really good outing. I can't remember what game it was, several games ago that I broadcast, where he came in relief of Berry, who struggled early as a pitch for a strike, and he pitched like 6 or 7 shutout relief innings, like a really long, as if it was a start, and just absolutely outstanding. He didn't give up any runs.
Yeah, he's been good all year.
High fly ball, shallow center. Coming in is the center fielder to make the catch. That is Joey Dodson. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, so Dodson went to center, as you said.
Jared
Nolan Burr over at second.
And Quintanilla went to
right field. And Luke Noble, I think, is in left. Yep, that's Luke.
That's correct.
Luke, I'm your father.
Oh, my God. That pitch outside corner for a strike from, or 2 straight. And now the 0-1 pitch, and that's high for a ball. 1-1 on straight. He's 1 for 3 RBI, the only RBI for Mendocino today, back in the 5th inning. One pitch.
Oh,
Beautiful curveball. That looked like a 12-6.
Carson Hawes getting dirty out there.
And now the 1-2. Tried another breaking ball. That one was a little bit lower.
Yeah, good eye by straight there. That looked like it was coming over the plate, and then the bottom just dropped out. Nice discipline up there by the freshman. Hawes really taking his time.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. He struck him out with the heater. That'll in the top of the 7th. Before the 7th inning stretch, we got to send it over to McKenna Guerrero.
Hey guys, McKenna Guerrero here reporting live from the Solano dugout, and I'm here with alumni Victor Ferrante. Victor, tell us about your background here at Solano and what it was like playing for Coach Stover.
Oh, it was a roller coaster with Coach Stover, that's for sure. Well, the first few years were pretty tough. I mean, the team didn't have a good reputation. They hardly won any games. I won't say numbers, but it was tough. But I mean, we came out, we turned the program around. Stover did, an amazing job and recruiting, and I don't know, he did wonders for this program.
Yeah, Coach Stover was telling us earlier you had a huge impact on the program and you turned it around. What do you miss most about playing baseball here?
Well, all of it. I mean, it was a great experience. It was a great time. I mean, college is always pretty fun. But no, it was a big thing to be able to come out here, especially with the group that we had. I mean, it wasn't obviously just me. Like, we had a good group of guys that came in that year, and it was fun to make that impact and to turn that team around and give us hope, for the future. So.
And Victor, what does life after Solano look like for you? What are you up to nowadays?
Just everyday normal life, getting engaged, buying a house, renovating a house, just normal everyday stuff, I guess. No more baseball for me.
Well, thank you, Victor.
Right, thank you.
Back to you guys on the booth.
And we're back. Bottom of the 7th, Garland Webster is going to lead it off. It'll be Webster, Stover, and Litz. Webster, 2 hits and a hit by pitch. He popped out his last time up. Pitch outside for a ball.
So we're getting to meet all the former stars for Solano with Vic Ferrante. Nice interview there with McKenna Guerrero.
Pitch high for a ball.
And if Tommy Pavesi isn't the best hitter to play for Solano, Vic Ferrante is. Couple records, too. He had the most walks in a season, 32.
Swinging a foul tip.
And while Pavesi has a lot of the single-season numbers, you look at the career numbers, Vic Ferrante, most games played, 87. Most RBIs in a career with 110.
Pitch inside for a ball.
Also the leader for Solano in career home runs with 21. And he was walked intentionally 20 times. That says a lot about his hitting prowess.
As that's fouled off. Well, yeah, I mean, you say 21 home runs, it makes sense why they would walk him so much. He's averaging 10.5 home runs in 2 seasons. And we thought, I mean, Dodson's 4 homers this year was not only the team lead, but it was up there in the overall conference, too. And
he's got 21 career homers.
Swinging a bouncer
nice
to
play.
Short. Nice diving stop. Throw to first. They got him. Heck of a play at shortstop by Scaramella.
Yeah, Scaramella showing off the leather there. Nice play to retire Garland Webster. And when Vic Ferrante started for the Falcons in 2004, that was just Coach Stover's second year. And when Stover took over the team, I think the previous year they only won 3 games. I think his first game they won 5. But 2004, then they got Cody Carroll, outstanding pitcher. Hopefully we'll hear from him in a little bit as well, and that's when things really started to turn around for the Falcons. Got to the playoffs for the first time in 2006.
Swinging a drive way back and just foul. Stover went for one there.
Hey, he wanted that one, baby. He wants to get in that top 5 in the Bay Valley Conference. Needs one more to do it. He really wanted it the previous at-bat, I think, when he was up with bases loaded.
Yeah, he was very frustrated when he foul tipped for the strikeout. Pitch way inside, nearly hits Tyler Stover.
But 2006, the Falcons got to the playoffs for the first time, and then in 2007, from 2007 to 2011, 5 Bay Valley Conference titles in a row.
2-1 pitch, in there for a strike, 2-2. And so I'm sure Stover grew up as a kid watching his dad's teams, wound up being a part of them, and a big part of them, obviously. He is probably the best hitter on this team. I don't think that's too far to say. He leads the team
without
in
a doubt.
homers, RBIs, 3rd in batting average, and he's heading to D1 next year. Swinging a high drive on this one. This one's going to go.
He got it.
It's gone.
And he was smart.
Stover with the home run, his 5th of the season. Happy sophomore day to him.
And it looked like he hit it right where you said you need to hit it, Tristan, in order to get a home run, right in the little gap in front of the scoreboard. Tyler Stover, 5 home runs on the season.
That was a towering drive.
There we go. I was a little worried about our camera going out there.
So Briar Litz now with 3 hits today. And Tyler Stover, at first he just had 2 singles and a run batted in. And so with that home run probably getting up there with potential player of the game maybe. Briar Litz also with 3 hits. That pitch in there for a ball.
And I believe now that gives Stover 32 runs batted in on the season. That'll put him up tied for 3rd in the Bay Valley Conference.
And that pitch was behind Briar Litz.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, I already got hit once on a timeout, right?
The umpire kind of subtly pointed at both sides. I'm not sure if that was a warning.
There was something going on when Stover was rounding the bases.
Swinging a high pop-up. First baseman lost it in the sun. Now he runs over and is unable to make the catch. Montanez lost sight of it in the sun for a moment, and then he started running. He was unable to make the right route to the ball, so the sun keeps Briar Litz's at-bat alive.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the players in Mendocino said something about Stover's home run trot, because Stover looked over to the dugout right when he crossed home plate, and the home plate umpire wisely steered him to his own dugout.
Swinging a bouncer off the glove of the pitcher. Throw is not in time. Briar Litz.
He was chugging, baby.
Infield single.
That was like his old football days. Briar Litz out of Foothill High School.
4th hit of the game for Briar Litz and 5th trip to the base paths because he reached on that ground into a force out. So Briar Litz has been all over the bases today. And that'll bring up Quijada. 1 for 4. Singled in the 3rd inning. Swinging a pop foul.
So 11-1, Tristan.
Yeah, the Falcons are having exactly how you would picture sophomore night to be. Sending all their guys away with hits, with trips to the base paths, RBIs, a big win. They need to still finish it out, obviously, but it'd be nice to see them add a couple more runs here, too, and make this quite the rout.
And they've been effective on the mound, too.
Yes, they have. Very effective. Swing and a blooper right center. This could be dropping, and it does. Base hit for Andres Quijada. He has a 2-hit game.
Andres is saying, don't forget about me for player of the game.
He's got 2 hits.
I've been working on my English for 2 years now. I'm ready to go.
Noble.
That'll bring up Luke Noble for his first at-bat of the game. Great game for Jesse Phipps before him, who was 2 for 3, got hit by a pitch. RBI, double, a single. Luke Noble takes a pitch high for a ball. Noble batting .217, 13 runs batted in, and 6 out of 7 on the base paths with steals. Pitch high, 2-0. So he's got speed, as most outfielders do.
And I think another guy that we should think about for player of the game, he gets overlooked, but he leads the league in saves. Outstanding outing today.
Jay Wagner.
Jay Wagner did not give up an earned run on the season. He needs to get behind the microphone.
I have to agree there. He had a brilliant outing, especially as a closer. He's not pitched more than an inning this season. Comes in and pitches 4 shutout innings.
Boy,
2-2 now on Noble.
Big swing there, comes up empty. He's trying to place Tyler Stover and hit one out.
And Vargas with the 2-2. Noble swings at a high pitch, pops it up. Shallow right, and it's going to drop, and it gets away from the outfield. This is going to score Briar Litz.
Yeah, I think Gadsby just lost that in the sun, or it could have been the wind, too. I mean, the wind is really blowing out towards right center.
Number 5, Nolan.
And we've seen that happen so many times here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. It can really be tough playing the outfield here, especially for visiting players who aren't used to the way that the wind swirls around in the outfield here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
So a very odd-looking swing for an RBI, but
yeah,
Luke
he just
Noble
tomahawked
gets one down, and the Falcons go to 12-1. Pitch way high over the head of Nolan Burr. Now, Burr only has 1 RBI in the season, but that 1 RBI is a solo home run, so he does have power. A swing and a miss there.
I saw him hit that. It was in the top inning of a road game against Napa over spring break.
And a 1-1 pitch. Oh, inside it, hit him. So Burr takes one for the team. 3rd hit batter of the ball game for Solano and 4th overall. And that's going to be Vargas's night. Another pitching change for Mendocino.
Yeah, it's tough for Mendocino right now, last game of the season, and especially for them. This is their 3rd road game in a row, and they're up in Ukiah. So it's just not, like driving from here to Richmond for a game at Contra Costa. That's a 2.5, 3-hour ride. Boy, I tell you, would not be enjoying that ride home from here today. But I'll tell you what, you got a lot of freshmen for Mendocino. They're playing hard. I think there's a lot to look forward to for this team. But right now, they just got to keep their focus and composure and try to finish this game the best way they can, and then start thinking about next season. So it looks like 36.
Jared Wade
coming in. That's going to be the 4th pitcher, right?
Yeah, 4th pitcher of the game. He relieves Surdick, Brown, and Vargas.
Boy, and the ERAs don't get any better. His is 8.76. No decisions on the year. This will be his 9th appearance. Just 12.1 innings of work, and he's got 14 walks to go with 8 strikeouts.
And 12 earned runs in those 12.1 innings. Seems like he throws several different breaking balls. And he is a southpaw as well.
And a sophomore. So getting in the game probably for the last time. Not probably, for the last time. They're not playing after this game. Like Solano.
Now up to bat, Kwase Samuel.
There are 2 other Mendocino Eagles who have not appeared in this game on the pitching side of things, who are sophomores, because Connor Franz, although he has pitched for them, also played first base today. Tyler Jones and Corey Henderson. We'll see if either one of them winds up making an appearance. Meanwhile, Kwase Samuel has another bases loaded 1 out at bat, the exact same situation he came up in last time. 0-1 pitch low for a ball, 1-1. He drew a bases loaded walk for the Falcons his last time up with the bases loaded 1 out.
He could do the same thing again right here, although he'll tell you he'd like to hit the ball somewhere and get a couple ribbies.
And there's a swing and a drive. Just heading foul. Is it going to drop on the line?
It's
it
fair.
Does. Kwase Samuel will hold at first. He's going to score another run. 3 RBIs for Samuel. And now Samuel's like, hey, maybe I should be player of the game.
Now to bat, number 3.
Sorry, kid, you're just a freshman. Not making it into the lineup today for the player of the game. But we certainly got our eye on him for next year, don't we?
Absolutely. Got to feel good for him coming in. So Joey Dotson, 2 runs batted in today. Little bit of everything. He's got that RBI ground out. He's singled. He's doubled. Stolen a base. 1-0 pitch. Outside 1-1.
And he's been trying to hit the ball hard somewhere today.
He's had a couple massive rips.
Yeah, he's been taking his hacks up there.
Swing and a foul right back behind us.
Not too far away from Anthony Williams, our cameraman behind home plate.
Hit the pole right in front of him. And now the 2-1 pitch. Dodson pops that one foul right by Anthony again. 2-2 count.
Well, this might be Joey Dotson's last at-bat in a Falcon uniform. I'd love to see him hit something hard somewhere.
And another foul back. He
got his rip there, but just missed it.
Last at-bat, he actually faced 8 pitches on a full count that he drew, ended up with a single. So now here he is with another 7 pitch. This is the 7th pitch of the at-bat here. 2-2. He's fouled 3 straight. So Joey Dotson not going down easy today. 2-2 pitch.
Oh.
Crazy breaking ball. Just missed. Full count. Great eye from Dodson.
Yeah, that or it froze him.
Could be. I thought that might have been a strike. Full count pitch. And he pops it up. High in the air. Shallow right. Caught at second by Lancaster. That'll retire Dotson with him loaded and give Quintanilla a chance.
Yeah, just got under it. So pops it up.
Now up to bat.
JoJo Quintanilla.
JoJo.
I really like this kid. I'd really like to see him continue to develop and be the bat in the lineup I think he can be next year.
First pitch swung on and fouled. He takes a hack on the first pitch.
And Quintanilla, a lot of these kids, I mean, they're not done. They go right into American Legion or play for the Solano Mudcats. Michael Driscoll, another kid, Rylan Haney. These kids are playing all summer, continuing to try to develop their ability.
Oh, swing and a drive!
Come on, JoJo!
High and deep left center. Is this going? It's just going to be caught at the warning track. Quintanilla gave that one a ride. That'll end the 7th inning. Falcons on top, 13-1. Top of the 8th here at Solano. Only 6 more outs for the Falcons remaining in this season. They lead it 13-1. This day has gone perfectly for them so far. Lancaster leads it off. First pitch misses for a ball. Second inning of work
for Mr. Hawes. Boy, and he's really recovered well from that Tommy John surgery.
Swing and a miss, 1-1, and he had a phenomenal inning last inning, retired them 1-2-3, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out.
And he comes into the game with 57 strikeouts in 6th place in the Bay Valley Conference. So with 2 more, that moves him up to 4th place.
He needs 1 more strike here to get his 3rd of the game. And that was a nice breaking ball. Bounced to short. Picked up and a great throw to first for the retirement of Castor.
Now batting, number 23, Connor Franz.
Stover approaches the umpire here. Maybe a couple changes. Looks like a couple players coming out of the bench. Stover's going around to the infield and hugging everybody, so I think his career here is over.
Yeah, Pridey's coming in.
And Jordy Rodriguez. And there goes Tyler Stover.
Now playing for the sophomore Tyler Stover.
Boy, only played 1 year here at Solano, but boy, what an impact he's had.
An unbelievable season. He wasn't expecting to have to play here because he was already at Kansas State. He was drafted by the Rockies, suffered that injury.
All right, good seeing you, man. Take care. Cody Carror, one of the best pitchers in the history of Solano Community College, coming over to say hi. Broadcast booth here at SCSN.
Pitch fouled off by Connor France, 2 for 3.
And Tristan, when Solano, they were winning all those consecutive championships from 2007 to 2011, outstanding pitching staffs. It was pretty much every year they had the Bay Valley Conference Pitcher of the Year. A lot of it had to do with Cody Carror, who after his pitching career, outstanding pitching coach here at Solano.
1-1 now on Connor Franz.
And for a couple years, too, he was coaching the defense over for Wilsey Wood. When Coach Carlos Moraz first took over.
1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1.
Cody married now and trotting around his little baby son he's so proud of. Really nice to see the kids come through Solano, go on, get their college degrees, and settle down into really successful lives.
High fly ball to left. Coming in and making the catch is Luke Noble. Fly ball.
Now batting.
Yeah, a friend of mine
Nate Gadsby.
saw Jermaine Dye at the grocery store the other day, a Wilsey Wood alumni, one of the most famous players that ever played there.
And played with Coach Stover at Consumnes River. In
That's
fact,
right.
the year they played together, Stover actually had more home runs than Jermaine Dye.
Really?
Yes.
And
Dye was
he,
a little banged up that year, though.
And he also, of course, played out here with the Oakland Athletics
Yes.
for a time.
I saw that game in the playoffs against the Yankees in 2001 when he fouled that ball off his shin, broke his leg.
Right.
Of course, that was the day after that great Derek Jeter play at home.
That one's so famous. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Gadsby. 1-2.
Able to tag out the other Giambi.
And now the 1-2 pitch. Oh. Hawes with a great breaking ball. Just missed.
I guess it was high?
I really can't tell you right there, but I mean, I thought because the umpire was calling it like he wanted to go home earlier.
Yeah, and I could smell that barbecue. Let's go.
Pitch misses low. That one, too, could have been called a strike. Full count now. It was probably a little low, but he's been calling that a strike all day. So Haas now with the 3-2. And he got him. Strike 3. His third strikeout of the game. That'll end the top of the 8th inning. The Falcons are going to come to the plate one last time this season when we return. Rodriguez will lead it off for the Falcons, followed by Jack Pridey and Briar Litz. final time that you will see the Falcons bat this season. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 for Jordy Rodriguez.
And Jordy, just a freshman.
Swinging a bouncer to short. Played on one hop, and a nice catch at first by Montanez, who had to really stretch for that one.
And Jordy Rodriguez, he'll be in the mix next year, trying to be the starting shortstop for the Falcons. Coach Stover, though, always a great recruiter, so Rodriguez will probably have some other folks in that he'll have to battle against, but certainly that's something he can look forward to.
And there's a swing and a bouncer fouled on the left side, and Jordy Rodriguez from New York. So, I mean, Stover seems to be able to recruit players from a ways away. We've already seen several stories of guys in several different states and even different countries. In the case of Quijada from Venezuela, as that pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, and you didn't see as many kids coming to Solano out of the area, but about 5 years ago, just after the recession, and it looked like Fairfield Unified School District was going to get rid of all their athletic programs, you saw a real migration of a lot of junior high kids that were looking to play sports in Fairfield that actually moved out of the area. So I think we've seen a little thinning of the talent pool here in our area, and as a result, Coach Stover going a little bit out of the area trying to find good players to come here and play at Solano. But I'll tell you, you're looking at the kid I think they're going to build their offense around next year, Jack Pridey, up at the plate.
Pridey batted .258 this season, 2 homers, 12 ribbies, fouls that one off, 0-2 count.
And it just took him a while to get things going at the plate in his first year of community college baseball. But once we hit conference play, he has really taken off, hitting almost 300 with the advent of the Bay Valley Conference.
Swing and a miss, he strikes out, but the catcher's going to have to make the throw over to first, and the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. So good hustle by Jack Pridey. Despite the strikeout, he reaches first.
Yeah, a chance there. You got to see his speed he used to use when he was a running back when he played at Napa High School, and he was really getting down the base paths in a hurry.
So Briar Litz gets another look at the plate here. 4 for 5 today with 3 runs batted in. Of course, he was the player of the game in our last game with another 5 times on base. High fly ball center. This should be playable. And it is caught by Straight. Runner stays at first.
Only the second time, right, that I think that Litz has been retired?
Second time he's been retired. First time he hasn't reached base because the other out was a ground into a force. So he did end up scoring a run on that, in fact. So Litz heads back to the dugout for the first time. That'll bring up Andres Quijada. 2 for 5, 2 singles. Singled in the 3rd and the 7th. And there's a swing and a drive down the right side. Just foul.
That's about the 4th ball we've seen kind of looped down the right field line. That one I thought might have a chance to stay in because that wind's kind of blowing towards center. But that one just found its way outside of the foul line.
And with how far off the line Gadsby has been this whole game, the Falcons have done a great job slicing it to the opposite field.
Yeah, Gadsby, he's had to work out in right field today.
0-1 pitch. Misses outside, throw over to first. Really for no reason. 1-1 count now on Quijada. And that pitch is outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch, high, 3-1 now. Quijada in a favorable hitter's count.
So Wade just struggling with his control a little bit. Catcher goes out, settle him down, throw strikes. Need one more out to get to that top of the 9th inning.
3-1 pitch swung on and missed. Full count now on Quijada.
Listen to his catcher, threw it over the plate, just above the knees. Pretty good pitch by Mr. Wade.
And now the 3-2 pitch. Misses ball 4. Runner was heading to second, but it doesn't matter because of the walk to Quijada. Just the second Falcon that has walked today. However, because 3 of them have been hit by pitch, that's really 5 free passes instead of 2. Luke Noble now, RBI single, 1 for 1. Also made a nice catch in left. Pitch way outside, 1-0.
And Tristan, this will probably do it for us. Could be our last broadcast of the academic year, 2015-2016 season. Still have to wait to see what happens with the softball team, as McKenna Guerrero was able to get from Eric Visser in that nice interview. They'll find out tomorrow morning whether or not they will host a home playoff game. Lady Falcons have already won the Bay Valley Conference.
Yeah, they really had an outstanding season, and we look forward to calling their playoff games if they have them here. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 2-2.
Yeah, those games would be on the 7th and 8th of May, Saturday, Sunday. 1 game on Saturday, 2 on Sunday if necessary. Best-of-3 series against whoever they face.
2-2 pitch. I mean, that's way inside.
I thought it hit him. I thought it bounced up and hit his leg.
It looked like it took 1 hop before it hit his leg instead of hitting his shoe right off. So it's a full count now. And, I mean, there's no contest from Noble, so he clearly saw that it hit.
Didn't hit him.
So it's a full count now for Noble. And a swing and a pop-up. Left center shallow. Coming in from center is straight to make the catch. That'll retire the Falcons offense for the entire season, and a great showing from the Falcons in their final home game. They scored 13 runs. Now they just have to finish off this game. Looks like Haas is going to stay on the mound when we return with the top of the 9th. And we are back with the final half inning of the season. Falcons on top, 13-1. Haas goes back to the mound to take over for this final inning. We'll see if he can finish this one out. So Robbie McIntosh will lead it off. First pitch way inside on him.
So Carson Haas, he's been effective today, as he's been much of this season.
Pitch high and inside, and yeah, he is going for his 3rd shutout inning of the ball game here in relief. We got 4 shutout innings from Wagner, 2 innings, 1 earned run on Hostler, and then 3 shutout innings here as that pitch gets away from Carson Haas. So really quality pitching overall from the Falcons between the three of them.
Yeah, and Coach Stover talked about that earlier in his interview with with Melanie Fuller about how he's really happy about all the freshman pitchers coming back, and they should be well stocked with pitchers next year.
Carson Haas has had a phenomenal season, 2.65 ERA, team high 4 wins as he walks the leadoff hitter McIntosh.
And it was really his control that got him in trouble early in the season in non-conference play. Once he got his control dialed in and the strikeouts started picking up, he really took off on the mound.
Yeah, just absolutely great ERA for a community college with some of the high ERAs we've seen. The 2.65, which is best for the starters here at Solano. The only ERAs that were better this season was Chase Spinning out of the bullpen, 2.35. And then the zeros, obviously, of Jay Wagner. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, 1-1.
Yeah, career record holder for ERA at 2.38, Eric Nyquist, who pitched back in 2005 to 2007. Let's see what the single season is. Oh. I hadn't heard of this guy, but Andy Smith, 2006, 0.41. Wagner's going to break it this year.
But
yeah, now you got to beat zero.
There's no way you're going to ever beat that record. You can only tie it now. 1-2 pitch, low for a ball, 2-2.
So look there at Cody Montanez. He's just a freshman, so another freshman back for Mendocino next year. And they're usually middle of the pack, Bay Valley Conference.
2-2 pitch, high, full count.
Yeah, it was high and tight.
Spencer Haas struggling, or Carson Haas rather, struggling a little bit this inning with his control. In danger of his second straight walk. 3-2 pitch, high for a ball, so that's back-to-back walks.
Yeah, it looked like he was just overthrowing a bit on that one.
Quijada goes to the mound to settle him down. Montanez is going to come up here. Scaramella is going to come up here. Montanez just batted. Two on, no out.
You could see what Quijada said to him. You smell that barbecue? Throw strikes.
Let's go.
Andale.
Pitch high and outside.
Still a good crowd here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Folks staying all the way to the end for this one. Celebrate the sophomores.
1-0 pitch swung on
there you
and
go,
missed.
Carson.
That heater up and in. He could not lay off of it.
Quijada, big nod to the plate. Moss.
1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back.
Oh, that's getting close to Anthony up there. He doesn't even flinch, though. I don't think the ball would hurt him if it hit him. He just kind of shrugged it off.
It's like on that inbound play when that guy tried to intimidate Kobe and he didn't even flinch. He just kept
like, what are you
staring
doing?
at him.
You got Mick and Mel. They're diving for cover every time a ball gets hit to the backstop.
1-2 pitch, high and outside for a ball. McKenna wants to deny it, but she knows it's true.
Oh, I've seen her flinch so many times right there.
I don't know what they think the netting does, but it actually blocks the ball. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Not going down easily is Scaramella at this point.
And when you get that center field camera shot, you can see both. Look, they're standing right there behind home plate. Give them a little wave, girls. There you go. Mick and Mel. Boy, they've done an outstanding job this season. And, boy, it was rough when we started. Remember the first volleyball game? Oh, boy.
Dare I mention midgets
But they
again.
have really come on and developed two really good sideline, courtside, whatever you want to call them, reporters.
Dare we ever mention midgets again?
No. I better not. That's the only time I got any kind of
complaint.
criticism. Yeah, complaint email.
2-2 pitch again. He fouls it off again. Scaramella fighting for his life up there.
And Tristan, you've done a great job this year doing play-by-play most of the baseball games, got you started doing some high school. I remember we put you in the fourth quarter for that first game. Oh, this
I was
kid's
so
all right.
nervous. I did not.
We all are.
I did not want to.
This is hard.
2-2 pitch, fouled off again. Scaramella fighting up there.
But you've done a good job. Football, some basketball games, bringing it home in baseball, and all for a hockey player.
Right.
Pretty impressive.
And even that one softball game I got in as well.
That's right. We'll get you in for another one if the Lady Falcons have a home playoff series. We're hoping they do. We don't want the
2-2
season
swung
to be
on
over.
and missed. He strikes out Scaramella. That is the first out of the inning for the Falcons. And the Falcons are going to call time here, as we heard the assistant coach tell us just before that. Joey Dodson is going to come out here, and that is because he set a career record in stolen bases with 40. Today, his 40th stolen base. Congratulations to Joey Dodson.
And broke the record set by his teammate last year, Alvaro Rubalcaba. Had 31 career stolen bases. Joey Dodson breaks that with some despair this year, and I tell you, he's been one of my favorite players that's come through Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Had him in the classroom his very first semester as a freshman. He's kind of a scrawny, quiet kid, sat in the back, but didn't really like public speaking that much. But what I liked about him, he would always do his best, and he would always try. And you've seen it here on the baseball field. You always get 110% effort from Joey D.
First pitch swung on and missed by Ibellin, so Chris Bruner replaces him in center field. Mostly been a pitcher for the Falcons this season, but he's going to go out to the outfield here in this final inning.
And Chris Bruner, another freshman that pitched really well this year.
Here's a pop-up caught by Quasi Samuel. 2 down. They are down to their last out here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Well, it's been a special year this year. Didn't work out maybe the way that the Falcons wanted to as far as getting a BVC championship or getting to the playoffs, but we have had some exciting moments here on the Solano College Sports Network covering Solano baseball this year.
Quentin Shy, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 3. Hawes checking the runner at second. First pitch to him is a strike.
Also want to take this time to thank all of our camera people today, Elizabeth Torres, Anthony Williams, Harpoon, Harry Singh. He's dressed up today, and none of this happens.
He came dressed to impress. Swinging a pop-up foul.
And none of this happens without our great producer, teaching assistant for the broadcasting program, Brian Nelson, doing an outstanding job running the whole show today. Anna Patero, handling the scoreboard duties, and we've just had an outstanding crew the last 2 semesters here at Solano. Really appreciate you guys. You guys have done great work. You make my job easy most of the time.
0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. He strikes out Quentin Shy to end the season. Falcons win the game 13-1. Poff, what are your final thoughts from today?
Well, it's just kind of a special moment in the sense that you're kind of sad in a sense to see a lot of these sophomores. I mean, Garland Webster, Tyler Stover, Joey Dodson, Jay Wagner, all of these sophomores, they're gone, but they're going to go on. They're going to be successful. Some of these kids are going to keep playing college ball, find their way to another program, get a scholarship, get their education paid for, which I think is outstanding. But I'm also looking forward to next year. You know, there's nothing like baseball where wait till next season. And Solano, they got a stockpile of pitching arms coming back next year. Jack Pridey, I think, is going to be the cornerstone of their offense. And then it will be exciting to see what Coach Stover does as far as recruiting. And you know he's going to have some good players coming to Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium to keep the great tradition of Solano baseball going. That's what I'm excited about today, the tradition of Solano Community At SCSN, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
Hey Falcon fans, Melanie Fuller here with our Best Buy player of the game, Jay Wagner. Jay, you had an amazing performance today. What was it like making the transition from closing to opening pitcher?
It was a little different. It's kind of just a different mindset, but I just kind of tried to treat it, take it inning by inning, batter by batter, not think that I have to do anything more than I usually do, just go one pitch at a time, and that's how I did it. Wrote it out like that, and it ended up working out all right.
And how great is it to end your season on such a positive note?
I mean, it's nice. We obviously didn't have the season that we wanted to, so ending on a positive note is nice, and it just gives us a little confidence, going on. The sophomores who are going on to new schools and the guys who are returning, they have a little confidence that, they know that they can win games here.
And what are your plans after Solano? Are you going to play ball still?
I will be playing ball. I don't know where yet, but hopefully I'm looking to try and commit in the next couple weeks.
Well, congrats again, Jay. You did amazing this season. The Falcons won to Mendocino 13-1. I'm Melanie Fuller. We'll see you next season.